What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Smoking Tire Podcast. Today's episode is brought to you by Off the Record. As always, look, we all get tickets. Everyone who drives a car pretty much will get one sooner or later. What you shouldn't do is plead guilty to that ticket. That's just handing over your money, not just to the government, but also to insurance companies and potentially putting you in jeopardy of losing future employment or current employment and other benefits that you need a clean driving record for. What you need is Off the Record. If you go to offtherecord.com/TST, Off the Record will connect you with a qualified attorney in the jurisdiction where you got that ticket, and they will fight that ticket for you to get those points off your record. Off the Record has an excellent results list with very high percentage of wins, and if they can't get those points off your record, you don't pay. So go to offtherecord.com/TST today to get 10% off all legal services booked through Off the Record. offtherecord.com/TST. All right, on today's episode of the podcast, Jonny Lieberman is here. We compare notes on the RUF Rodeo and SCR. We talk a little bit about whether you should buy a used or new EV today. We do some science experiments with liquor and a whole lot more. Jonny Lieberman's here. Let's go. It's the Smoking Tire Podcast. Hi, everybody. Welcome to a show that, wow, I mean, it was going to be 5, and then it was
perfect timing.
Perfect timing. If you're just joining us, Zach just had to rebuild the entire board. Not rebuild with solder, had to.
We engine swapped it.
We engine swapped the studio, and so now there's one board sitting on top of another board because our thing fucking broke, and but we're doing a show now. On time-ish, actually.
Perfect.
That's why you get to work early, kids. Because if you have to rebuild your whole studio, you could do your fucking show on time. Johnny's here.
Hey.
Johnny was at a little fucking shindig at Casa de Ferro last night. Everybody was having a good time.
It was a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. It was, my big thing was Mr. Paul Kramer successfully, with his new hip and cancer-free, rolled in on his wheelchair, and it was.
This is why you buy a ranch home in your 40s, because you never know.
Yeah,
you never know.
You saved me a trip to Orange County. This is the real reason I showed up to the party.
Thank you. I mean, look, for you, coming to the West Side is a rare treat as well.
Yeah,
you come to do our show, but otherwise, West Side party.
It's not, where you live. Actually, it's weird. It's not. You're not so West Side. It's not like you're telling me to go to Brentwood or something. Right. Like it's kind of like almost going to Zuckerman's, and then it's 5 minutes extra. It's not so bad.
And ample parking, so it's it's all good.
You have the best parking situation in Los Angeles.
We do have a good parking situation. Yeah. Don't fuck it up. But here we are. Many things have happened since I last did. I have a whole list of things, but we're not talking about me today. We're talking about you.
Oh, well, we can talk about you a little.
I gave you paper, and you made a list of things that you wanted to talk about.
Helicopter, Cars and Coffee, and bids, and then and Coda, and also the RUF.
Oh, well, that's where I kind of want to start, right? Because we are apparently, and a fan pointed this out to me the other day, that Zach, have you driven a Singer Classic?
No.
Okay, well, probably you also, Johnny, but there's not a lot of people that have
never driven a Singer.
Oh, you haven't?
No.
Okay.
Well, I had breakfast with the guy yesterday.
Yeah. Well, you should drive.
They are so choice. You really
you should. I recommend them. But I'm one of the. I've driven all 3 of the new RUFs. Mm-hmm. All of the current Singer offerings except Turbo DLS. So people are DMing me, and it's a DM from a random on Instagram, and they're like, well, this or this. And I roll my eyes, and I'm like,
just get both.
And he's like, no, really, I am actually, I could get them, and you're the only person I know could think of who's driven them. So it's kind of an interesting place, but we both drove the RUF Rodeo.
Yeah, and by the way, I have driven the Coupe, whatever they're calling it, Speedster and Turbo Gunther.
Oh, yeah, those two.
I've driven the RUF SCR, so the naturally aspirated.
Yeah.
I've driven the Rodeo, and I drove the new air-cooled one, the Tribute. I haven't driven the turbo.
Yeah,
the big
we
one.
didn't. We drove the crazy one,
Yeah.
and we did not get to do the air-cooled one
Air-cooled
yet.
is like
I heard it's
rad.
real cool.
It's just like they're just geniuses, that company. Like, let's do an air cooled with a 7-speed, but you can put it in 7th gear at 30 miles an hour and it pulls because it's roof.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
We'll come back to that one.
Yeah, yeah.
But we
Rodeo,
both
rodeo.
drove Rodeo last week, and Zach also drove Rodeo last week.
Oh, so we're the only 3 journalists that have driven it.
Yeah.
That's, I mean, literally, they said, because I asked, I'm like, hey, Mr. Roof told me the car's going to be in LA for a week. Could I drive it? It's like afterward. And they came back and they're like, it was actually the Tribute. I wanted to drive the air-cooled one for like a video. And they're like, that car is not running perfect, but you and Matt are the only ones who are allowed to drive the Rodeo. And I was like, really? Like, yeah. But Estonia says you have to take it off-road.
Yeah.
You can't just drive it. I'm
Well,
like,
that was
okay.
good because they asked if I wanted to drive it, and I said only if I can drive it not like a bitch.
Right.
And they were like, yeah, okay. And
Yeah.
they were down. Like,
Yeah.
they were totally down. So
Yeah.
it was these little static photos that I posted on my Instagram, I don't think quite do the justice to the car, but it's 610 horsepower with a selectable all-wheel drive system, the carbon tub that RUF is doing,
Yeah.
wider body, long travel. It's a it's a good time.
I described it as a $1 million off-road handful because did you experience the snap liftoff, I should say, oversteer?
Yes, which I did. I then once I found it the first time,
Yeah.
I went, "Oh, I'm now going to do this over and over and over and over again."
So
nothing rotates like a rodeo.
Nothing. Okay. So you've all grown up listening how the 930 was the Widowmaker because it had liftoff oversteer. Well, this is the same size car. It weighs less. It has more than double the power.
Yeah.
And it has the softest springs of any Porsche ever built, or Porsche-like thing. And so when you lift off at a good clip, the rear comes out. Now the weird part is if you leave the traction control on, it yaws about 30 degrees and then corrects itself.
Yeah.
But it moves you over 4 feet to the left.
Yeah.
So you gotta make sure traction control's off.
I found
for
off,
safety.
Off was way better.
Yeah.
Off is the move.
For safety, it's much safer to not
Yeah.
have any traction. Yeah.
Actually, the SCR has a pretty interesting traction control system, as does the CTR. But like this, with this off is the way.
you have to be off.
But
Yeah,
if you're not ready for the lift off oversteer, this car would be terrifying.
It was funny because I had driven it, so I knew I was doing it, and then Rylick was in the car filming. It's my partner on my YouTube channel, and the first time it happened, like I just kept driving because I knew it was going to happen. And he just looked at me like,
Yeah.
"Bro," I was like, "No, it's fine, it's fine."
We found a closed section of paved road as well as a good section of gravel.
Oh, fun.
And this car is incredibly easy to drift on tarmac.
Yeah, I bet it is.
Yes,
yeah,
it is.
Yeah.
And I had my friend in from out of town, and it was take your old friend to work day. And he was white after a 5-minute ride in this thing. Even in a straight line, forget that, because that is very exciting. And once you understand how that works and how to control it, it becomes the car's greatest asset, in my opinion.
Yeah, totally. 100%.
And it's like the Sterrato. The
But it's
Sterrato
like-
does the same thing.
It's what the Sterrato should have been with the ground clearance and the softness.
Sure,
Yeah,
but in
yeah,
terms of like the way how you do the brake, flick, smash, catch, straight,
Right.
that.
Yeah.
But
it's great.
even more exaggerated, and especially because it's stick shift. Like when Zach drove it, and you feel it in the car, but you really see it when he does like a 3-gear pull. It's whoa, whoa,
So fun.
Dude, it's like the Hummer EV mixed with. I didn't get to drive it. I got to ride in it, but the Canapa 959 SC.
Yeah.
Because now it's 815 horsepower, and it's shock technology from the 80s. So when you floor it, the nose just goes in the air. But then on the roof, it just when you hit the brakes, it dips forward.
It does
Come
the
off
other
power.
thing.
Yeah. It's a ride. It also reminds me of. Do you remember the Juke R?
Yeah.
So the Juke R kind of was like short wheelbase, too much power, and it kind of bobbled around.
Also, the best car ever.
It kind of was.
The Juke R really was. The best car.
I never knew about it. They made a Juke R.2. Did you ever experience that? It was like the Nismo power plant went into a Juke R.
okay.
So it was like it was only legal in like Dubai buy or
They made
something.
like 8 of those, right?
No, they made more than that.
Really?
Zach, look it up, Zach. But they made more. But then they made a second gen, which I never drove, but apparently was even better. Because
I would definitely still like if I was into GTRs, I would pay one of AMS or one of these shops to just build me.
Yeah, exactly.
Because because the real one would also be like very collectible.
Yeah.
I would want one that would be disposable.
And I think the
that's
first
the move.
one was like 465 horsepower, and then the
this was
2.0
600 horsepower.
Yeah,
Kick ass.
yeah.
2015.
So it got the Nismo power plant. So
Sweet.
I thought the Juke-R was one of the greatest cars I ever drove.
I never drove
one.
one.
Oh, I drove it. Oh, it was.
Is it like what you'd want it to be?
It was like driving. I think I described it like driving a pinball because it's just like it just was
That's
so little.
That is very good.
And just changed direction so fast because it was a GTR with a short wheelbase, but because it was up high, it just was like more tippy. Which I like cars that do that.
I like
That's why
body. I
the
like
Rodeo.
body roll.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's cool. You can now engineer it out. That's very neat. It's a neat hydraulic trick. But
Please don't.
yeah, but like the Rodeo was just it was so fun.
Yeah.
And that's why like the Hummer EV to me is just like a joyride because I don't know if I told you this or you did it, but like at night if you floor the Hummer EV, you do what the fuck mode, you can't see because the headlights are pointing towards the sky. You have 2 seconds of you cannot see what you're rocketing towards. It's so
That's safe.
safe, It's so great.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so Rodeo, thumbs up. I really enjoyed it.
If you put the suspension in sport the stiffer mode, it does that a little less, but like not that.
I didn't. You know what? I kept hitting it. It wasn't like it didn't seem like it was doing anything.
Does it like a little less, but like not really.
But also like again, RUF. They come up with their own all-wheel drive system that like you can like drag to select where you want it or pop it in auto. It's insane. Like what an insane company.
And rear wheel drive is a good mode.
It's the only way to go.
Is exceptional. I actually really in even this orange car, the interior with the like the Navajo blanket.
That's
trim,
like Ralph Lauren inspired, right?
I do know it was the double RL leather and all that. I think it's double RL leather is really really nice to the touch.
So the giant stitching that's like a nod to Freeman Thomas. So Freeman obviously designed
Maybe.
Since 2017 every roof has been designed by Freeman. And so it's
The giant stitching is the Audi baseball stitch almost that somebody has in their own car downstairs.
Yeah, very true. It's all
The only thing there's 2 things I don't like about this car.
Okay.
One, the electric AC sucks.
Oh yeah.
It's in all roofs, it sucks. It just does.
Because in Germany you don't need it the way we need it here. Yeah.
And it was the same with that Totem GT thing. It used the same unit and it sucked in that thing too.
I just had that McKellar's car with the same unit and it sucks.
Yeah. So that sucks. And the steering wheel isn't adjustable. And it just
It's
drives
too
me
far
nuts.
away
It's
from you.
too far
So
away.
it's probably bad, but I like to have steering wheels far away, so I thought it was great. But it should be adjusted. For 1.25 million,
If you're starting from scratch,
Right.
like you didn't have to make it that way. But maybe they did. Like maybe Eloisa is going to email me later and go, "Hey, dickhead, we did have to make it this way," and maybe that's true. But like, I don't know. It for me, it's not in the right place, and I can't make it in the right place, and that is a bummer. And it's the only bummer about this entire line of cars from this.
they're all like that?
They're all like that.
Yeah,
it's not just the
other
Rodeo.
thing is, I think whatever shape I happen to weirdly be, I'm like the buck they design cars around because I just fit in everything.
You wouldn't the SCR that we drove you wouldn't have fit in. It was designed for a small person.
Okay.
And we did not. Neither Zach. I didn't fit in it, which is normal.
Yeah.
And then Zach.
But also the angle of the seat was odd,
it needed to
even
be
for
set
the-
up
the
for
owner.
him. I
Yeah.
think.
Okay, maybe.
I don't know, but it just wasn't quite right.
back to the
these
interior.
were much more comfortable. The ones in this Rodeo,
Very true.
were
the
the
seats are
larger
awesome.
size or
Yeah.
whatever, and they were sat right. They were great.
But this shot's awesome if you're following along on the video because everyone's going to look at the Navajo blankets and all that, but who cares? Look down, look at the carbon fiber of the tub poking through. I thought that was such a flex, like to have
I agree.
You have both.
all this blankets, but really the money is in the carbon fiber.
You have to
tub.
show that.
It's so
Yeah.
cool. It was so cool. I just loved it.
The Totem GT Super GT also did that same effect with these like big swaths of leather and houndstooth, but then the tub peeks through around the edges of the floor mats and shit. I'm like, that's a dope
I like
detail.
how it's not Pagani OCD carbon fiber. It just looks like industrial carbon fiber, which is so cool.
It's not super glossy.
And it's also not super book matched and all that nonsense. It's just it looks like, like you went to the carbon fiber factory and got carbon fiber.
Yeah.
It's just I love it.
Yeah. These cars really kick ass, and I have a client here at the store who owns a twin turbo one, an anniversary, and owns all of the blue chip Porsches, all the good stuff, and he says it's his favorite to drive.
Yeah,
and I believe it. It's a nasty little thing.
I drove that SCR a couple years ago. That was at the Quail, and it was. I mean. First of all, it was just phenomenal. It was that oak green one, just phenomenal to drive. Like everything was perfect. And I remember I was getting a little, not teary, but like, I've been reading about RUF Yellowbird since 1987 or whatever, and like, so we're going. Alawa's in the seat next to me, and I'm kind of having a moment. I do like the third to fourth shift, like flat, like whatever that is, like 120 miles an hour. Like, wow, it makes a great noise. And I'm like, I look at him like, I've been waiting like 33 years for this moment. And he goes, yeah, we call that the screaming orgasm.
Guys, we got to take a quick break from the action because support is coming in hot from Quince. These cooler temperatures are rolling in, and as always, Quince is where I'm going to turn for fall staples that last. From cashmere to denim to boots, the quality holds up and the price still blows me away. They've got all kind of fall staples you wear non-stop, like a super soft 100% Mongolian cashmere sweater starting at just $60. You best believe I am getting one of those. The denim is durable and fits right, and their real leather jackets bring that clean, classic edge without the elevated price tag. What makes Quince different? Well, they partner directly with ethical factories and skip the middlemen, so you get top-tier fabrics and craftsmanship at half the price of similar brands. I haven't tried the Mongolian cashmere sweater yet because it's still 80 degrees every day here in LA, but I've got their linen products from the summer, and I am, in fact, impressed. I have linen shirts from at least 6 or 7 different brands. The Quince ones were the most affordable, and they have held up to multiple normal cycle washes, travel, and they are in the running for most worn linen shirts of the summer. They've really going to become a go-to for me across the board, and you betcha I'm getting one of those Mongolian sweaters. So keep it classic and cool this fall, or if it's still summer where you live, grab them linens with long-lasting staples from Quince. Go to quince.com/tire for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's QUINCE.com/tire. QUINCE.com/tire. Free shipping, 365-day returns. That's Quince. Also brought to you today by Rula. Look, I have been in therapy for over 20 years, probably 25 years actually. Most of it's been in person, some of it's been online. I actually find the benefits are about the same, one or the other, but here's the problem. Finding a therapist is always the problem. My current therapist is in his 70s, and I'm dreading the day I have to find a new one. If you're starting from scratch, you don't know where to turn. And then once you find one, finding one that takes your insurance is going to be tough, right? But Rula makes sure it does, right? That's really important because if therapy is an ongoing thing, you have to keep doing it for a while. It's not like seeing a doctor once, and if your insurance doesn't cover it, it can get crazy expensive. But Rula, they do it differently. They partner with over 100 insurance plans, making the average copay just $15 a session. That's real therapy from licensed professionals at a price that makes sense. Your insurance benefits will cover your physical health, so in this case, they should absolutely do the same for your mental health. The experience is tailored around you, Right? Rula considers your goals, preferences, and background and provides you with a curated list of licensed in-network therapists who are actually aligned with what you need and available for booking. It's all in one system. And then Rula sticks with you throughout your journey, checking in to make sure your care is helping you move forward. So go to rula.com/tire. That's RULA.com/tire, RULA.com/tire for quality therapy that is covered by your insurance. Now, back to the show.
I was by myself for that moment, and it was in Bruce's Yellowbird.
Oh, well, that's a real Yellowbird.
Shout out to Uncle B. Uncle B hooked up your boy here, and Bruce Meyer did a little treat for me, and I got to have a real go on Upper Big Tahunga, and it was the right road for that particular vehicle.
So we've talked about this before, but Matt and I have this thing of like Bigfooting each other, like, and I had 2 Chirons.
Yo, yeah, you were there.
I was there, and the only way to beat 2 Chirons is with one OG first Yellowbird, right? That's the only way. There's no other car.
Fucking, we're sitting on the side of the road setting up cameras, and I'm like, oh, look, is that Johnny and 2 Bugattis?
Yeah, and I was just like, oh man, you win. And it was hysterical because even the Bugatti people were like, is that a Yellowbird?
Yeah, Jamie's like,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah. And then we're literally supposed to be talking about the Chiron, and we're just talking about Yellowbird.
Yeah, that car fucks you up. That car is way too good. I understand why they are millions of dollars.
$6 million, right? That one just sold.
Yeah,
I think.
I think 6 was the highest. The most recent one, I don't
Didn't
think
one just hit auction like recently?
Yeah, but it didn't get that number. But it wasn't a very good color. It was like dark red, like dark red with like chrome window trim. Like, it's a real Yellowbird, but it was like not the best color. It wasn't yellow
you saw
or
that somebody
black.
went and got that one painted black.
Yeah.
And then the freaking Rodeo, which that was at the Quail, that's not the orange one, was a customer car, black.
I was not personally a fan of the Rodeo in the black-white Ken Block Hoonigan scheme. That didn't do it for me at all.
Yeah, Paul, me, and Marco had a whole conversation about that where they were like, "Well, that's what the client wanted," and like,
fine. I'm not saying they should have said no. It just that car doesn't do it in black.
They say next we're going to do another one for the Quail, and you can wait. And like but they don't realize who they are. You know, they're just like this happy family. Like, we build fun cars. They're like, you could say no, you're not getting black, sir. Like, you can wait.
You can get black, but we're showing the bright green one on the lawn. Yeah. Do you want to do some science?
Yes.
Zach, do you want to do some science?
Yeah.
A little bit of science. So, a fan, I forget, did he want me to? I think he said I could use his name. Yeah. A fan named Andrew works at the Independent Stave Company.
Oh, yeah.
He's the director of whiskey research and innovation, which is that's a fucking job title.
That's a good title.
Imagine being at a bar.
What do you know?
And you are the director of whiskey research and innovation. That's
like
a fucking kick-ass job.
I like this.
And he goes, I think you might like what I do all day, which is whiskey science. And he sent me some experiments, some tasting experiments for us to try, and I've saved them since May for you to come back and for us to try them.
All
so
right,
we have
let's do it.
3 different whiskey tasting experiments, and we can talk about some other things while we try them. But experiment 1 is the same whiskey aged in barrels with different char levels. It's
Awesome.
a 6-year-old
Love it.
bourbon.
Yep, perfect. This is fun.
And we have a char level 1 versus char level 4.
Oh, it's gonna be a big difference.
It's a big difference.
Yeah, big difference.
Okay, so we'll start with 1,
Okay.
and we'll just have a little sipski here.
Yeah.
A little quick.
So
This might be interesting. Okay, here we go.
So I'll just
Fortunately, that's about half of this one, so I might be able to do this again with someone else later.
So always bears repeating, but bourbon legally has to be made in the United States. So you could make bourbon in Hawaii if you wanted to.
Someone should.
Has to be 51% corn. Has to be aged a minimum, I want to say, of 3 years. Has to go into a virgin, not white oak, but virgin oak barrel that has some degree of char, and has to enter at between 100 and 120 proof. So you can't just dump firewater in there, but that's legally what makes a bourbon a bourbon. And so this char level Just nosing it right now. So it's going to be probably make it sweeter.
More char will make it sweeter.
No, less
char.
I think less char would make it sweeter. It would be more like maybe more vanilla and less oaky flavor.
Okay,
I think
I do taste vanilla in this.
I'm
This
just
is
smelling
vanilla.
it. Yeah, vanilla.
It's like kind of strong.
It is.
6 year could, yeah. I mean, again, it could have entered the barrel at 120 proof, and then as not always 100%, but as bourbon sits in barrels, the water evaporates a little bit, and so it goes through a second distillation.
Yeah,
and so you can increase the proof. That's a way to.
I assume all of these are barrel proof.
It better be barrel proof, or Mr. Director of Innovation, you getting a phone call.
All right, not bad.
Oh, that's lovely. I like that a lot.
It's hot. It's hot.
It's
Whoa!
hot. I don't mind the
It's
hot,
spicy.
but I liked it. This is great. You guys don't have any fucking ice cubes. I love this. This is great.
But we're doing science, so I don't want to water it down
exactly.
either.
Can't water. No,
Has to
no.
do it just to
No.
piss Johnny
No.
off.
What should I do? A glass rinse? Quick glass rinse?
You could. You probably look. He's using. He has a never-ending supply of
Extreme
new
example.
glasses. Yeah.
I'm just gonna lick the glass clean all the way to the bottom.
Okay.
Folks, we got to take a quick break for Car Gurus. Look, if you're looking for some super classic enthusiast car, we know where to go for the spots. We know where those bodies are buried. But if you're talking about regular cars, cars for most people, cars for going to work, going to the store, that's most cars. Those purchases are actually more annoying because there's so many cars, so many sites, and it's so much confusion. That's where Car Gurus is here. They help you cut through the noise, showing you the best deals and in-depth vehicle details so you can feel confident about your purchase. Because when it comes to your big deal, you deserve the best deal. These are expensive things. They need to last a long time. They need to work with your lifestyle. They need to be reliable, stylish, etc. And it's like dating. You got to swipe through a bunch of options. Some look better than they are, and you just hope you don't end up with good enough while you're looking for great. So how it works is Car Gurus connects you with trusted, vetted dealerships when you're ready, ensuring a transparent and hassle-free buying process. With over 4 million listings, Car Gurus has more car listings than any other major online automotive marketplace in the U.S., so you can find the best deal. Car Gurus gives you the control to shop how you want to shop with the tools, information, and data-driven ratings you need. It's no wonder that SimilarWeb estimated traffic data shows Car Gurus is the #1 most visited car shopping site. Buy or sell your next car today with Car Gurus at cargurus.com. That's CARGURUS.com. Cargurus.com. Make sure your big deal is the best deal. And lastly, we are brought to you today by Liquid IV. This is some good stuff here. It helps. It helps hydration. It helps with vitamins, nutrients, electrolytes, all the stuff that you need in your body and you probably aren't getting enough of, all in a single stick that you drop it into a bottle or cup of water. Very easy. One stick of Liquid IV in 16 ounces of water is more hydrating than water alone. Liquid IV replaces necessary nutrients lost from everyday dehydration, and most of us are dehydrated most of the time. It's got 100% daily value of 4 essential B vitamins and an excellent source of vitamin C. You could use it before a workout, when you're feeling run down after a long night out, and on long flights. That's a good one. After those long flights where you're not like moving, so you don't notice how dehydrated you are, but a little boost after a red eye to somewhere far away, that is what's up. You need that. And I love the taste. I love the berry flavors. I love that I had a party out last night. I was up pretty late, had a little Liquid IV this morning before work, and I am now ready to go. So get some for yourself. Ditch the glitch with 0 sugar and 0 crash from Liquid IV. Tear, pour, and live more. Go to liquidiv.com and get 20% off your first order with code TIRE at checkout. That's 20% off your first order with code TIRE at liquidiv.com. And now, back to the show.
All right. Char level 4. Let's see.
Yeah. So this is the same.
Can we taste the difference?
So in other words, the same whiskey goes into 2 different barrels.
Yeah.
One is a 4, one's a 1. Yep.
So this is more char. So what
More
kind of flavors
flamethrower?
are more char? I don't want to. Well, are you going to put it in our head?
No, yeah, exactly. To smell it and taste it first, and I'll give you
see what we've got.
Not expert opinion, but I've spent a lot of time at distilleries.
Well, it really smells different. It smells way different.
Yeah, so
a little more like a campfire. I mean, literally more like char.
Less vanilla, less vanilla.
And less sugar.
Less syrup.
So the vanilla flavor in bourbon kind of comes out of the wood, out of the oak, and you also get wood out of the oak flavor. And so I think more char, I think, would give you more oak flavor.
Isn't that part of why Chardonnay has so much like vanilla flavoring as the oak it sits in?
American Chardonnay, yeah, they let it sit too long.
Did you taste this yet? Can I just say for the record, fuck, that's delicious. Like that is a fabulously delicious bourbon.
That's great.
Whatever this is,
That
exceptionally good.
There's still plenty of vanilla, but there's also like a cinnamony kind of thing. That's damn good. That's also like icing.
Habibi, get me a fucking bottle of Char 4.
Yeah,
let's go.
You know what I mean? Like a little. It's almost like instead of like vanilla extract, it's like vanilla icing. There's a real level of
like a
sweetness
rich, like a richer,
creamy.
like a thicker vanilla. Wow, fuck, that's good. Wow.
That's
Okay,
So this is great because A, you're experiencing it. B, like once in a while I'll get like a 5 or 6 year old bottle that is like of this quality, and it's like, how did they do this? And they pick the
char,
the
char. Wow.
But it's also gambling because remember the way it works is they're like, well, we got these barrels. Well, let's see what happens. Wait 6 years. Oh, it's really good, or it's okay.
Yeah.
So
well, this one, God, is that a winner?
that's so super good.
Fuck. You know what got me real excited the other day when
Zach's like struggling over there. He's
I
like,
saw
In the back of the throat pretty hard.
that's what it's all about. It's all about. It's what it's all about.
That's what you guys love.
I heard about a Porsche Cayenne prototype that has synthetic gears, an EV prototype.
Yeah, someone posted about
It's
it.
a Cayenne, not a fucking Cayman.
They're headed there,
But
though.
somebody at Porsche is trying it, and
You guys like those synthetic gears?
I think it's better than no gears.
I think it
they're
gives
fun.
you. I
No
think
gears.
giving people not for the Cayenne. I don't give a shit about the Cayenne having gears. I care about the new Cayman having synthetic gears. It's more
don't like
fun.
it. I don't like it.
And what I care about ultimately is not just synthetic gears. Synthetic gears is the stepping stone to downloadable car packs. What I want is
cool.
my
Yeah,
EV Cayman to mimic the power to weight, gear ratios, etc. of a 550 Spider today.
Yeah, because you need
and then
the
a
gears.
GT4 tomorrow.
Otherwise, it's going to sound like you're always in sixth.
Yeah. I want
the.
I want the ratios to change with the car
don't
pack
want,
to
I don't
mimic.
want any sound except for the sound of the motors. I just don't want any sound.
That's fine. You can do that.
Yeah,
Any
yeah,
car
right,
that comes
right,
with that shit,
right.
you
Yeah,
can
you can turn it
always turn it all off.
I just, I had last year this gentleman named Andy Pruinger. I let him drive my Rivian.
Yeah.
And it was hysterical because he was bitching and moaning about like, all the EV stuff and like and he drives the Rivian around. He's like, "Why didn't we do this?" He's like, "This it just sounds like what it is. There's no fake noise." And I go, "Yeah, that's why it's really good." And he's like, and he's a big truck guy. You know? I mean, he's a redneck.
Doesn't he have a fucking Ram?
He drives a
1500?
Ram around Germany, and I think he was saying he wants to move to Montana and like fly fish when he retires. But but he was just like, he's like, "This is great." I go, "Yeah, it's great."
I don't agree with all EV things, but all EV choices like that went into the fucking Taycan I've got. But I do think that for EV, if you're gonna try to sell people on EV sports cars, giving them more ways to engage with the machine is better. They don't have to use them all the time, but if it's just software and a couple fucking paddles on the steering wheel and whatever, give it to them. It's more fun. We
have a disagreement because I drove the Ioniq 5N and I was, well, first of all, it's like, you sampled a Elantra N motor. That's the best you could do.
Like, that's the best Hyundai can do. But Porsche can take the concept and do a lot better.
I agree, but also you're pumping it out of $45,000 Ioniq speakers. So like it's just kind of
again
Porsche can burn my spirit up.
The sound isn't great. What's important about the sound is it accurately represents what you're doing with the car.
Right, but also I just turned everything off and just had no fake gears. I'm like, this thing's pretty good. I didn't think it was the greatest driving experience, but I was like, I liked it much better without the gears and without the noises. Like, just
you'd be happy to
being
know
an EV.
that at the New York safety track, it's 2 seconds a lap quicker with the gears off.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
It also doesn't give you full power with the gears, right? Because it
it doesn't. I didn't go on the launch. I never
no, because if you're using the gears, it builds torque as if it's a gasoline car,
okay.
whereas if it's off, it's just full kill all the time.
I like EVs because it's like you just have all this. Like I drove here in this Cadillac Vistic, which is like, it's about 80% of the way there. It's pretty good.
Is it bigger or smaller than a Lyric?
It's bigger. It's a 3-row.
Okay.
So it replaces the totally awful XT6, which made me really...
That was a thing still, wasn't it?
It really made me question, why does GM exist when I drove why did we save them as a country? Because it was just such a bad vehicle. It was just... And the powertrain was the worst part. It was like a soulless, gutless 3.6 liter.
No, the
V6.
XT, yeah.
This is really bad.
I didn't even know they still made it, to be
I don't know if they still do, but and it was funny. I put a thing up. I said, "Do you guys even care about?" Because I asked Cadillac for some cars, and they dropped this off. I didn't ask for it. I'm like, "Do you guys want a video of this?" And like, it's like over 90% of the response was like, "Hell yeah!"
Really? Okay.
And what I like about it, one of the things I like about it is that, at the end of the day, it's 615 horsepower, 650 pound-feet of torque. It hits 60 in 4.3 seconds, and like, no one who owns it will ever do that, but it's there if you want it. And like, there's no gears, there's no noise. It's just very nice luxury thing. But it's got that, it does the EV thing when you need it. So it's I just like, I don't need the fake gears. Like I always get back to.
I wouldn't need it in a fucking crossover.
No, you really wouldn't.
I only care about this shit in sport. I don't even wish my Taycan had it.
Right.
I just, in sports cars.
All right. The only electric sports car I've really ever driven was the Batista, the 2,000 horsepower.
That would do perfect in that.
I loved it.
That car would be much more fun if it had effective fucking fake gears. It really would. That car, I drove the Rimac.
Yeah.
Same shit.
Yeah, same shit. Yeah, literally.
When you're being a complete fucking maniac.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
And when you're driving like a normal human being, it's a snooze fest.
Well, so the Batista, what's nice about it is it has a much more of an interior, and it's like a little softer. It's not, because they're not trying to get every speed record. And it was like,
that wasn't the reason I was saying that about the Rimac.
Well, I was just saying it was like a nice car to drive around, and
is nice.
And then I floored it, and it was just like, this is so stupid.
Yeah. I mean, look, credit to Mate and those guys for being able to do that.
Yeah.
I just like, I don't know if they think this. I just think that like once they got there, it's for that kind of money, it's not that exciting unless you're doing this thing that is so illegal.
So dangerous. I'm not kidding. I shouldn't admit this, but I'm sure the statute of limitations are gone. I was just going 128 miles an hour for 5 minutes on Canaan. Because
I ran an 8-second quarter mile in Malibu 3 times in a row, and nobody noticed.
Yeah. I did an 8-second quarter mile once and was like, this is stupid.
Yeah.
And the video guy was like, if you do it again, I don't know if I can be in the car. I was like, I don't know if I can be in the car or should do it again.
Yeah, no, that's why the third one would go, all right, I'm going to vomit after this.
Yeah. But more whiskey.
Okay, but I want to try this Vistic thing.
It's cool. I mean, it's a 3-row.
What's the small one? Optic?
Optic's kind of dope.
That's the one I really want to try.
You should. So the Optic, what's cool about it is the dude, I'm blanking on his name, such a nice guy. And I'm so sorry if you're listening, mister. He rode around with me and Emmy Hall on the launch. He really tried to make it sporty. He really he built it to a budget. There will be an Optic V that will actually get Magna Ride shocks.
The
Voptic. But like it's really fun. It's as little as EVs will ever get. You know what I mean? Like EVs just for a lot of reasons.
It's
you
the
can't
size
make them
of a Model Y or whatever.
It's a Model Y size, and
this one's not bad.
It's better looking.
Kind of like this one.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what's happening at that behind the C pillar.
The Vistic has it's just Cadillac's thing. Yeah. It's all right, but very good looking. Also, you're a music fan, and I'm going to say this, and everyone's going to call me horrible, but I hate Elton John. I've never liked his music. Can't stand it. But this has the first real physical implementation of Dolby Atmos. All Cadillacs will get it. Mercedes offers Atmos. I think my Rivian has
thought
Atmos.
Lotus Electre.
I used
But hang on,
Electre.
But when I say physical, it means that they worked with Dolby and they put the speakers where Dolby told them the speakers need to go to fully experience Atmos. And the guy played me Rocket Man, the Atmos remix, and I do not like Elton John. I agree with the bad guy in The Rock when he goes, "You ever heard Rocket Man by Elton John?" He goes, "I hate weak ass shit," but fucking blew my mind.
Soft ass shit. He goes, I
Soft-
don't
it
listen
was
to that
soft
soft ass shit.
You know how
Don't
this
you
shit
come
works.
at me in a
You're right.
Michael Bay line, motherfucker.
Okay, but that it blew
A lot of
my
angst,
mind.
a lot of teenager I hate my father syndrome going on here.
The implementation of Atmos in this is
Look, I love a
perfect.
great stereo.
Like
I love a
they
good
had
stereo.
to like here's the thing. The grab handle, they had to fuck up the grab handle on the optic to put the speaker there. So the grab handle's in the dumbest place possible.
Oh, on the A pillar?
Yeah, it's horrible. But
It's like the Bronco.
yes, but they did it for a reason. Is that there's
put a speaker
This is
there.
where Dolby said you have to put the speaker.
All right.
And it's so good. The Vistic doesn't have yet. All Cadillacs will get it for 26 model year. They'll get the new speaker implementations.
You should get one to try.
You
I
should
would
get the
like to try
Vistic, but what you really do is get the Escalade IQ because that's the dopest of all cars. I'm telling you.
one. Yeah, I don't care that much.
You would, Matt.
Let's
remember many years ago you said, "What car should my dad get?"
He got an Escalade. It was the biggest piece of shit you've ever seen.
Okay,
It was
but
so
remember
problematic.
we had a long conversation
it was
about.
insanely problematic.
Remember we had a long conversation about what car should Papa Farah get?
Yes.
It's the Escalade IQ.
If you sell that car to him, you are the best salesman.
I will sell it.
fucking
I will
all
sell it.
time.
I will sell it.
Experiment number 2. This is the same whiskey aged on different floors of a Kentucky warehouse.
Ooh, does it say what floors?
This is the ground floor.
Okay.
We're on the floor.
So I'm going to make a prediction without tasting it. Ground floor doesn't get very hot. Top floor gets very, very hot. So in Kentucky, when it gets really, really hot, you get a lot of like the whiskey moving in and out of the wood. You know what I mean? So ground floor stuff.
More water evaporate too.
All that, but also just more. It literally goes into the wood, so it's just more contact
Because the
with
liquid
the wood.
expands. And
just the heat
presses,
moves
right.
over the
It's
course.
spongy.
Yeah, and just the more heat there is, the more extraction, and as it gets cold, it gets forced out of the wood.
Cool.
So the honey spot, the honey hole, or the honey pot, as they call it sometimes, it's rarely ever on the ground floor. It's usually like there's a certain spot in the distillery, it tends to be towards the roof, where like the best whiskey comes from. So again, literally the same barrels cut from the same tree. You put one on the bottom floor, you put one 5 stories up or 8 stories up, depends on the rick house. Radically different just because of the temperature fluctuation. Heat rises, all that
That's
shit.
awesome.
Closer to the sun.
Do larger commercial distilleries climate control the place to make it more consistent?
it up a
The
little bit.
opposite, honestly. Like Beam was probably like the largest. They don't at all. In fact, most rick houses are kind of open to the elements. Like they're not really sealed, and you couldn't drop something straight into it. But if they have like slats that are offset like that, they want it open. Michter's, who's a relatively small, super climate controlled, but they raise and lower the temperature manually.
Oh,
and so they're like. I hate claims like this, but like what we can do in 10 years takes another distillery 20 years. Bullshit.
Sure.
But it's very controlled. They're very scientific. Like Michter's is the guys wear lab coats. It's wild. It's nothing like
McLaren of bourbon.
it's nothing like you want to go to Kentucky and like you want to see like a dude sitting in you want to see the Cracker Barrel logo, right? But then you go to Michter's and it's like it's scientists like being geeks
Because they're trying to recreate the elements of nature, the effects.
I don't know
to a
what they're
degree.
trying. They just do it their way. You know what I mean? It's not even that. It's just like before I went to Michter's, I would always say 90% of the flavor in bourbon is from the wood, and I went to Michter's and I'm like 40% of the flavor is from the wood because they actually handed me White Dog, which is unaged bourbon that tasted like bourbon, but it was made in their method.
How interesting.
Yeah, so it's like you should totally, and it's like
Normally, White Dog is so gnarly I can't taste anything but fire.
it literally tasted like bourbon without vanilla. It was
crazy.
wild. Yeah, but they have their methods and they filter and they do all this stuff.
Huh.
So
This tastes very cinnamony to me. Lots of cinnamon.
Oh, this is Fireball.
Kind of. Yeah.
This is fancy Fireball.
Okay, so this is my prediction is we're gonna like the RUF one. This is
You think this is setting us up for the other one, which is actually good?
This is not good in any way, shape, or form.
It tastes very like rubbery.
This tastes like cleaning solution.
Yeah, you really need to
like
you need to rinse out.
I gotta clean my lens.
Yeah, you got to rinse out your glass nose. That's all.
Finish is not good.
That is a cinnamon stick.
But also like, woo,
You know, there's
like
an
higher
astringent
alcohols.
taste.
Yeah, astringent.
Yeah.
Very, very exactly. Yeah,
This one was a cruel trick, Andrew.
You jerk.
that one.
Second sip was not.
Ground floor
that
window
one
cleaner.
sucks.
That was
This
not
is
good.
Pine Sol from the ground floor.
All right, well, let's see what's happening on the 5th floor.
And this is still a 6-year.
Zach, do you not here? You want an empty bottle? You want to get too late?
But this is 6-year whiskey that's now
4-year-old bourbon.
Okay, and also
whiskey.
4-year bourbons tend to be a little rough like that. Too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's
Next,
see. if
hey
the-
Andrew, next time 6-year, different floors.
let's see if
Come on,
the
bro.
5th floor is any kinder.
Yeah. It did smell good. It just
It
tasted
smelled.
bad.
It smelled like a cinnamon stick, and then it tasted like cinnamon stick syrup with floor cleaner.
I mean, it smells better.
All right. Much better.
It's way better. It's still harsh, but you get a candy, and you're getting the vanilla that was pulled out of the wood.
Johnny.
Yeah, Get a yeah.
callus on there.
Yeah, but you're getting.
I thought you liked the harsh stuff. Like you bring the strong barrel proof shit over.
I like delicious. That was gross. That was Pine Sol. The stringent. It was like. It was like.
Wait,
it was
but
like
this one's
glue.
harsh. The new one.
I see what you mean.
This one's harsh. This is like that harsh, but like you add vanilla and caramel to
Right.
it, and you get the caramel from the char of the wood, and you get the vanilla.
It's better, but only just. But
Yeah,
I'm gonna,
and
I'm gonna
by the
see
way-
what happens.
By the way,
with-
number of good 4-year-old bourbons I've had in my life is about three.
I just added like just a couple milliliters of water. We'll see if it.
This is
This is why I drink gin.
It does not. It does not make it better.
no.
It does not make it
No,
better.
this is an irredeemable barrel. Yeah, this is beyond redemption.
All right. We have one more. We'll wait a few minutes.
Give me your
for the
empty
next
thing.
one. Here, this is the spittoon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you need a spittoon.
So I'm looking at my list here. Helicopter.
Wait. Yeah. All right. Why not? Helicopter. He wrote down helicopter.
So-
What does that mean?
October 11th is big.
Oh, yeah.
Big reopening.
Yeah, I'm emceeing the Cars and Coffee.
I officially got invited.
Oh.
But they also invited Spike and Mr. Zuckerman. And Zuckerman, of course, said,
These were their demands.
well, literally, Zuckerman said no. And they said, what if we helicoptered you? Sam said this.
Yeah.
And they said, oh, fine. And and then Spike's like, you're on the helicopter. And I'm like, I don't really want to be on the helicopter. I kind of want to drive. But Maz was like, you should go on the helicopter and just have your car shipped there.
Sure, I suppose if that's the thing you could do. Okay, so yeah.
So I'll be there with those two knuckleheads.
Fabulous. Yeah, October 11th, if you're in LA or San Diego or driving distance of either, please come hang out with us at
Yeah.
Willow Springs. We're going to be doing a live show. There will
Sweet.
be a Cars and Coffee with that is actually it's a Cars and Coffee concourse, I suppose, because it's actually going to be judged.
Oh, really?
With some prizes. We're
Nice.
going to have some prizes that are pretty cool. There's going to be some motorsport exhibition, meaning like they're pulling out some really cool vintage historic race cars. They're going to be running some Singer like turbo DLSs.
Yeah.
There's going to be some exhibition racing. It's going to be fun.
Maz was saying that I could drive, which is cool.
Something on track?
Yeah, something.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, of
And
course
so
you can.
I think I want to get, because I'm like, what's the most anti-singer thing possible? And not a gun throw, it's too obvious.
That would just be mean.
Yeah, I'm going to try and get a ZR1.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're cool. That would be fun.
Sure. Yeah. These super cool. It's the opposite. It's a mass market. It's too cheap, and the interior's not singer.
Did you go on the launch?
No,
I'm
haven't driven it
driving one in 2 weeks for Performance Car of the Year.
Oh, cool.
I'm pretty excited.
Yeah, I had a long talk with Chevy. I'm like, remember when like no one liked a Camaro and I liked a Camaro? Like, you guys should give me cars again. Like, I
don't know if they're sending us the X or the regular one, but
man, they need to sit down, and they need someone to say, 01 good. 01X fax machine. That's a terrible name.
Yeah. The name is not.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Not great.
The name is just so like. Come on,
Zora was cool.
Why not Zora?
It was cool.
But also, like, they need to get over, like I have all these people, like, asking me questions, like, dude, should I get the LT1 or the LT2? I'm like, those names turn me off so much.
GM has, like, a half a century of awful naming.
But, like, it's weird, because, like, 01 good, L88 good, 01X terrible.
I don't know. Dude, you know what? For all their faults, Dodge can name a fucking car.
Dodge can name a
car.
Yeah.
They are a faulty company selling silly products.
Hey.
But man, can they come up with a good ass name and stuff.
You know, Hellcat, Red Eye, like it's great. It's great.
You know how to sell a car.
That's why I did that. I drove that McKellos thing, which is really, really good.
The what?
McKellos.
What is a McKellos?
I've driven one of their cars before.
Yeah,
you have?
Yeah,
years ago. It was like an RSR replica.
That green thing. That's a McKellos, and
it's a Porsche.
It's a 72 911. This company in Escondido down in San Diego, they are excellent at what they do. The problem is it's called McKellos. I drove they made a Bluebird, so they literally made a RUF Yellowbird. They got a RUF gearbox. They got a Yellowbird gearbox, and you know the Yellowbird made 469 horsepower. Their car made 470. It was awesome, but I couldn't remember the name of the company. I'm always like, I drove this thing. I don't know. Like,
that's so funny.
So
this is a 72 ST.
So it's instead of a 3.2, it's punched out to 3.5. It's fucking great. It's just like,
is it a backdate based on a G body?
No, it's a 70. It's a 72.
Real 72.
It's a 72. Like, I should have taken a picture from the other side. It like instead of the oil flap, they because they put wider ST fender flares on it. So they got rid of the flap and they just have it has like you kind of see in this photo, but it has the the Singer style center fuel. So they did a miniature version of that for the oil. It says oil in German on it.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, it's cool. They shouldn't have called it the ST. They got to change the name. McKellos.
They might get sued.
It's evocative of nothing. Like McKellos, like what? It sounds great.
I don't know. I'm not sure. The name doesn't mean anything, but it's a lovely, like, clean looking car.
So good. Like I was talking to Glucker drove. I was talking to Glucker at your party last night, and like we just love this car. Is every air cooled itch I ever had, this car would scratch. Sadly, it's $450 because that's what cars cost these days.
Well, it looks. I mean, just to look at it, it looks light and simple.
Yeah, check out the interior. Like it's woven awesomeness.
The seats look great.
Seats are
as long as they're fitting, and the shift looks great.
You would fit.
I hate these 4-spoke steering wheels. I am not.
Oh, really?
I am not about that 4-spoke life.
Yeah, they remind me of Disneyland, like car, kids' car ride.
Rad Racer.
Things.
That's a Rad Racer steering wheel.
Funny. I didn't even think about it. But I was talking.
That's an easy thing to change. I mean, that's easy.
They'll do anything you want.
Of course they will. I happen to hate these 4-spoke steering wheels.
But it's like good. It's like a 996 GT3 intake plenum.
Yeah,
there's all kinds of cool stuff in the motor. But I was like, change the name of the company to Mulholland.
Is it? It's based on a.
It's based on nothing.
It's based on like no. The engine is it a 993?
It's a 3.2, so it's
a Carrera engine.
Yeah, it's a Carrera engine.
Okay.
3.2 punched out to 3.5, but it's like it has a 996 intake plenum, a GT3 intake plenum. It has like 993 turbo
fun
this.
As fuck.
Oh, it's great. Oh, it's such a great car. And I had Magnus drive it, and so he drove it from his warehouse to the Shell station. He's like, mate, it's nothing, blah. I've driven a million cars like this. Nothing special about it at all. I was like, yeah, I like driving it around town, but I hear what you're saying. We went up on the crest, and he's just ripping back and forth. And despite what anyone might think, Magnus can drive a 911. Like,
yeah, he's fast.
Yeah,
he is fast. Yeah.
And he comes in, he's like, "Oh, mate, it's a lot better at speed, isn't it?" I was like, "Yeah, it really is." Like, it's big fat sidewalls. Like the ride quality is awesome, and it's just a great car. You should totally put your hand up and be like, McKellis, let me make a video with this car. It's great.
So the problem is for making videos with this stuff,
or just review it, driving around for Instagram, whatever.
They really the nuances of one Porsche to another never really come through, right?
That's awesome because I have 4 custom Porsches in a row video.
Yeah.
I'm gonna,
I drove their
kill my
930
channel.
a few years ago. This thing, which was fun.
Oh, that
Remember
thing.
this? And
The name is terrible. You drove
that
it.
stripe. Zach drove it. I didn't
drove
drive
it.
it. The
It was
black
like, you know, it had
car
some
with
on-dial
the stripe
parts on
on
it.
Yeah.
It was quick.
Was it cool?
It was cool and quick, and I drove there. They had like an RSR 27 replica thing. I drove.
see,
It was like an art car, and it was
Yeah.
done pretty well. Now
Yeah.
I will admit, I did a video of that. When I drove it, it was like the first air-cooled Porsche I ever drove. So if people are experts and they have problems with that car, don't come at me, bro. But this thing was my introduction to the 930. It had modern tires. It was like 400-ish horsepower, and it was a really fun time. Felt as precise as any old Porsche does. And I think they do pretty high quality work, especially their bodywork stuff. They do metal fenders, things like that.
They gotta come up with an identity because it's not enough. Like Michelos is, it's just a bad name. And the guy Max, I forget his last name. It's not Michelos. I don't know why it's. Yeah.
Really? That's a name that was made up?
I don't know. But like, I said Mulholland. Just be Mulholland. It's an M, and like it's evocative. It means something to Porsche people. Like,
Well, you gotta figure that one out.
yeah, but like they do such good work. Like I've driven 2 of them now, and I love them both, but I can't remember Michelos. I don't even know how to spell it. It sounds like a diner. Oh,
It does. It was started by someone named Tom Mule.
yeah.
And Mark Strack. I mean, yeah, no one there is named Michelos.
Why Michelos? It's not good.
It does sound like I'm going to order a gyro with a
However,
side of fries.
but wasn't it like there's a lot of names that are famous now because it was a combination of like 3 engineers' names.
Michters. But Michelos ain't it. It ain't it. You don't. But like Gunther Works is totally made up and contrived and silly, but it works. It's smart.
It
Singer,
sounded
smart.
a little silly in the beginning, and I started saying it a few times, and now I sort of take it for, okay, it's a thing. Yeah.
Like they had to come up with
Singer's
a story.
very smart.
Do you know the Gunther story? That like
Yeah.
Okay, like they had to come up with something, and so it works.
So they came up with something German.
Well, but there was a guy named Gunther.
Yeah.
So like, okay,
But like, there ain't nobody at Gunther working at Gunther Works.
there's no one German. There couldn't be a less German company. It's, as far as I know, it's like Middle Eastern, Scottish, and Chinese.
Yeah.
Like, but it works.
It's a good cross section of Southern California.
Mulholland, even though they're in
Germans.
San Diego, you just call all the fucking cars Mulholland.
I feel bad. I don't
think
want to
that's
spend
too
too much
local.
time crapping on their name. I hope they build nice cars.
They build seriously great
Well,
cars.
your name's an easier thing
Yeah.
to change than
Yeah.
building shitty
But
cars,
also, like,
isn't it?
don't call it the ST. Call it something. Just make come on.
That's
Look at
bold.
look at their website. Their website's fucking.
That's not their
a
website.
GeoCities. It's
No,
not.
no.
Oh, it's not.
No, that's Flat Six.
This is Flat Six.
Oh, sorry.
Here,
Well, that shit
their
was-
website looks like
No,
this.
that's the website I'm talking about.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
that's
I think that's the car I drove. That's the Yellowbird, the Bluebird. It
no,
was
that one
Good
looks
stance.
Dope.
pretty stancy. Looks good.
You-
Ducktail.
you would
deep,
love
It's
this
got like
car.
a 934 front bumper on it. I
You
like the
would
color.
love this car. It was
probably would.
such, but it was one of those things. I drove it. I wrote about it. I said how much I loved it. And I couldn't remember what it was called.
That's a problem.
You had one job, Johnny. Well, you have 2 jobs.
We have
Talk about the car.
we have an
Remember the
easy
car's
thing
name.
to fix, but we do have a problem.
Yeah. So good stuff.
That
Good
is
stuff.
That is some GeoCities ass website.
Yeah.
Should we try experiment 3?
I think so at this point. Yes.
Experiment 3 is this will be interesting. Okay.
This looks like the piss of someone who has a kidney issue.
Oh boy. Experiment 3
For people watching,
Well
or
said.
listening rather.
is same 2 years aged.
It's a 2-year.
It says 2
It's
years.
not even legally bourbon. That's just an American whiskey, which is going to be gross. But go ahead.
All right, well, we're going to a tiny little bit. Just a tiny
yeah.
sip.
Yeah.
Kentucky versus Scotland.
Oh,
Do you want to?
I would love like an 8-year Kentucky versus Scotland.
Well, this is what we have.
So what does that mean though?
Sheep versus
climate
deer.
effects. The same whiskey aged in
Okay.
identical barrels,
Got it.
matured in different parts of the world.
Why 2 years?
It's also hard to understand both
Don't
armies.
know, but I assume he sent something where we would actually be able to taste the difference, right? So we're going to start with Scotland.
What's the guy's name? Andrew.
Andrew.
Andrew, do it again with an 8-year.
That's the more
Please,
expensive stuff. He can't strip it out.
A
This is
2
we're
year.
just doing a small. It's a small
a
little.
2
sip.
year. Like, all right.
I don't know. This is
I think we did it in the wrong
director
order,
of
but
whiskey research. What?
It's pretty. It's cool though.
Actually, it
It's a
doesn't
good
smell bad
experiment.
at all. Doesn't smell bad.
I
at
don't
all.
need extra.
I know. Just you seem like you didn't have enough. My problem here.
I could use a little more.
You want
taste.
more?
I didn't drink last night.
I will.
so
I will
I'm
tell you
making up
this:
for it.
when you're tasting something, if you have like too little, it kind of evaporates on your lips, and you don't get to like swallow it.
I think you need 2 sips.
Yeah,
like that's you need at least that. One sip you don't.
All right, so this is Scotland.
It actually smells nice. Smells like scotch. You get like that canned vegetable smell, which is that's you know what I think about, like
canned green beans in it.
Yeah,
right?
all scotch to me always has like canned vegetables.
That's the most talking.
But that's why I don't like scotch.
This doesn't taste that bad. It's got a little more peat in it. It does actually.
Well, I don't think it has peat in it, but
peat. It does taste scotchy. No,
I mean,
not
does.
to you guys.
If I ordered this,
It's hard to.
I would drink this and never think about it again as long as I live.
Ooh,
This
the
is
second half is not great.
No, it's not. It's not like good.
Yeah.
But like compared to what we've been drinking, it tastes more like scotch than it does taste like bourbon, doesn't it?
Second half tastes like burnt marshmallow, though.
So remember,
I agree with you on the first half, though. It was Scotchish, and then the turn or like the river, it's like very.
Yeah, no, like we're not rating this for fucking Bourbon Spectator. It's just like it does taste more like.
I taste cat piss.
So, what I believe is happening here is we have a what may one day be a bourbon, can't be a bourbon because it's only 2 years old. So it's corn based, which was sent to Scotland to age. Mm-hmm. So it means there's no heat. There's nothing.
It's like it went to boarding school.
And also, I
got kicked out of its.
I'm sending you to military school in
I
Scotland.
would also guess this was put in new barrels in America and sent to Scotland to age.
Yeah.
Scotch is only made mostly over 90% is made in used bourbon barrels, so they've been cycled once. So the vanilla, the sweet you're picking
Pulled
up
out.
is you never get that out of a Scotch.
Okay, so you suspect that this experiment had an American barrel sent to Scotland.
Yeah, they filled it
and
up in
not the other way
America
around.
and they sent it to Scotland to age.
Bible goes east.
So it's a virgin oak barrel.
I like this game. I want Andrew to respond truthfully because it'd be cool if you pick it out. No joke.
Yeah. I'm almost positive, but yeah, it's kind of gross.
Because isn't it like with wine, like French oak adds a lot of the vanilla flavor, not American oak? They have different taste profiles.
Yeah. Also, the French they don't like. Stepford wives love Butterbomb Chardonnay.
Yeah,
I don't know what else to tell you.
Yeah.
There's no because you get a French Chardonnay is delicious.
It's like a cookie in a glass.
They can't treat themselves to candy and desserts and stuff all the time. They're
so
always
they're
on a
fats out
diet,
of the
so
Chardonnay.
they're getting it from the Chardonnay.
I'll tell you off air how true that is.
But like champagne, like really good champagne, all French champagne is mostly Chardonnay grapes. You know what I mean? It's like the grapes are delicious.
Yeah.
Like the best thing I've ever put in my mouth ever. Krug 88. Do you ever get
Really?
a chance? Oh, dude, I was with Koblitz and Koblitz was rolling, and he bought a bottle of Krug 88, which.
What's so okay? Well, here, big question.
and
Like,
that's Chardonnay.
we're
Yeah,
now.
I'm with Zach.
Krug
on this.
88
not
is now
good.
like that's old. Like that's now a long fucking time ago. Is that beyond drinkable? It's not.
I was at a dinner.
Because I tried a Dom 88 that was turned.
White
Even
wine
though
does
it-
turn.
it
It's
could-
not
no, it-
stable.
Even though it had been kept.
It could have. I just had a very kind friend of mine sent me a bottle of 1980 Dom Perignon because my wife was born in 1980 for her birthday, and God damn, that was good.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Maybe
yeah.
this is just this bottle. Then.
Yeah,
Okay.
it depends how it's stored. A lot of it, but like,
my parents can't be trusted to do the right thing
Yeah,
when
yeah.
it comes to wine.
If it's stored vertically, it's game over. With white wine, it's like a year.
you do.
2 years.
You want to.
No,
Yeah,
it wouldn't
outside.
have been stored vertically, but like,
Cold.
look, Zach, you know my parents. They
don't drink.
They don't drink, and they couldn't. They
good
can't.
Jews.
They can't be trusted to
Yeah.
Yes,
take the perfect care of something.
we put the wine outside for the summer.
But they're not hopeless, but they whatever extra care that bottle would have needed, they wouldn't have done.
But like,
So I looked it up. Champagne is very high in acid, and that protects it over a long period of time.
Yeah.
Versus if you try to store like Sauv Blanc or Chardonnay or something like that for a long time, even on its side, it's probably more likely to go bad.
yeah, I mean,
Champagne's
so
more stable.
the preservative in wine. There really isn't any except for the alcohol. So white wines tend to be lower alcohol than red wines, so they just don't age as well. And like beer that's heavily hopped can age a long time. Budweiser cannot age. Budweiser over 30 days old, it just turns in the can. 'Cause
1 day old is bad.
Yeah, fresh Budweiser tastes like Green Jolly Ranchers. Pretty good. If you ever get a chance, yeah.
I want to go to
How fresh
Ireland and
does it
real
have to be
Guinness.
to get that? You talking about
real
the
fresh,
tap, or are you talking about going to the brewery?
If you can figure out like they canned it and they send it to the liquor store across the street, like it's called acetaldehyde. It's just a flavor component that the yeast kicks off, and you get it. You get a fresh Budweiser. It's pretty tasty.
I couldn't tell you the last time. I must have been college.
Yeah,
where I drank an actual raw dog Budweiser.
There was a moment.
This is not because I'm a beer snob.
No.
I'm not a beer
why
snob
would you
at
buy?
all.
Yeah, why would you buy
Just
a Budweiser?
Like why? Yeah, why would I ever
you?
buy a Budweiser? I don't know.
I almost had a beer show at one point in my life, and one of the segments I wanted to do was I wanted to get the physical ingredients of like, all right, so they make Budweiser in like gabillion gallon batches, but like, okay, here's what is actually in a can of beer. Here's the amount of grain, and Budweiser is also like it's like 66% grain, 33% rice, or something like that. Here's the amount of hops, and then get like Budweiser next to Stella, next to Coors, and it would literally you'd be like, oh my God, they're all exactly the same. There's no difference in ingredients at all between like mainstream fizzy lagers. It's like literally they hop them just to the point of human perception of hops. So if you could taste the bitterness, they go down one level because the hops are just a cheap preservative.
Yeah.
And they're all same. Budweiser uses rice. And I think 100% of the rice crop of Mississippi is used by Budweiser. And Coors and Miller use corn as an adjunct, and everyone else uses corn. So yeah, and then Japanese beers use rice as an adjunct.
All right,
for lagers. Yeah,
Japanese beer I'm into.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I do love me.
Can be good.
Do love me Sapporo.
They use rice.
Do love me a Kirin.
If I were to show you
Kirin Light, I like a lot.
If I were to show you a pile of Kirin ingredients and a pile of Budweiser, you'd be like, "Wow, it's the same beer."
Probably the same thing. They're probably the same thing.
Yeah,
I am easily influenced by labels.
Let's do the 2-year Kentucky and taste.
All right, let's see. Because the last one, honestly, the second sip. The second half of the second sip was very bad.
I think we should have gone from 2 years to 6 years, but
we're
in it now.
This backwards.
We're
but
in it now.
It's not 2 years to 6 years. It's Scotland.
No,
to
he's
Kentucky.
saying he's saying we should have started with the 2-year Scotland, Kentucky, worked our way up to the 6 years.
I did it. He sent me 1, 2, 3, and I did it in the order it was provided.
Yeah, but this guy's fucked.
I had no agency here, dude. I can't not follow the instructions.
Life is predetermined, Matt Farah.
Fuck.
But again, what's the difference? It gets real hot in Kentucky, and they probably get about the same cold because it does snow in Kentucky and get real bitterly cold. In Scotland, it's not icy, but it gets cold.
It seems like a different color.
But it gets
real. Or does it seem like a different color?
It seems darker.
It seems darker, doesn't it?
Yeah, because it'll have more contact with the
hot,
wood.
Yeah, going in and out.
I would guess.
It smells far more woody, and I know that's not a great descriptor.
It's way different.
It smells far more gross.
It doesn't smell good. It smells like a lot different, though.
It smells like medicine.
Kind of cough syrup.
Take this. You have a cough. Yeah.
Cough syrupy.
I feel like the best
medicine.
bourbons smell like maple syrup.
It,
the best ones just smell like that. They don't taste like it, but from there it's all downhill.
Oh shit, that's not good. This tastes like Fernet Branca.
Oh God,
it's not good.
Can't do that.
It's not good.
No,
all right, abort.
That's lousy.
Right,
Nevertheless, man, what did we learn? Char 4, 6-year-old.
Yeah,
that
was good.
This guy, this right here,
Mr. Andrew, if you're listening,
here's what we're gonna do.
Send me a DM and tell me what distillery that came from.
This is the bottle. Okay, pour out. We're gonna celebrate that we've completed the experiment by finishing the second half of the only thing in here that actually really tasted great.
Yeah, that was really, really good.
Does that work for you, Zach?
Yeah.
I
do appreciate. I mean, look, we were able to taste differences from these experiments.
Dude, one of the wildest, most just amazing moments of my life was I did this crazy video with Bentley, and went to the Bentley distillery, and I got to hang out with the master distiller at Macallan, and it was just so enlightening because what they do, what this guy does, and now it's a woman, but every day is they get like 100 or hundreds of samples of just barrels, right? And what they do there is they water them down to 20% alcohol. So their barrel strength is probably 53% with Scotch, and they water them down to 20% because they never, ever, ever taste With bourbon you taste, with Scotch you smell. And,
interesting.
And they smell. And so they're like Macallan 10-year. There's 20 different barrels make up a bottling of Macallan 10-year. And you need to have 4 that smell like grass, and you need to have 4 that smell like wheat or whatever. And they just smell all day. And then if something is like, oh, that's good, like put that one back and maybe it can be part of a 12-year.
Wow.
Oh, it sucks. That becomes famous grouse. And like, oh, that's exceptional. That we might put into like the 20-year program.
And it's just all the same shit, just based on vibes but they just smell.
Yeah, and so like 25% of human beings are super tasters. They just have a better sense of smell and taste than other people. They find these in Scotland. They find you in high school, and they say, hey, you want to maybe do this? Like you can start sweeping up at the distillery, and like maybe one day you'll become the master distiller.
How did they find? Do they have a restaurant out in the mountains? And they like. They cook burgers, and then someone who wanders over, they're like, "You found us."
No, they literally,
you're the one.
Because it's such a part of the economy. They literally administer, like you took the SAT. They take a taste test in Scotland.
It's the NSAT. It's the nasal skills aptitude test.
But it was well so wild because I got to sit there and smell like all these different things. And
why do they smell but Kentucky tastes? Is that alcoholism?
It's alcoholism. Yeah.
We don't waste it down here.
We're underpaid in this country. He's like, I'm going to drink it.
You know what it is? It's just culturally different, but also like if you go to Macallan, they make a Macallan 10, 12, 15. Now they make like a 17, 18. There's a 21, there's a 25, and there's a 30. And like if you go to like, Michter's, they make like a couple different things, but really like there's not that much to, this is not much to do as much. And so they're just like, they don't want them drinking. I don't know. It works the same. You get the same end result.
I wonder if they realized genuinely, like, your olfactory, like your nose glands, they can reset. But if you're sipping, does your palate truly reset? Do you slowly get a little bit drunk? Does it cause problems?
You slowly get a little bit drunk.
You get drunk, and it's got to linger a little longer too.
Yeah. That said, though, I've picked barrels with master distillers at Kentucky distilleries, and like it's way more fun to taste.
Yeah.
Smelling 20% alcohol mixes
who the fuck gets into the booze business to not get a little shitty at the fucking?
I'm sure they get a good discount.
Now hang on. Now hang on. Let me back this up and also say that we went to if you look at a bottle of Macallan, there's a house on it, the Easter Elky's house. And we walked in, they go, your country was founded in 1776. This house was built in 1700. Which is,
they like to tell us that.
Yeah. And then we sit down and
we know that about ourselves.
And then it's not, over there it's not White Dog, it's called something else. Or maybe it's here, it's White Lightning, and over there it's White Dog. Anyhow, they had that.
That makes more sense.
But then they had 15, 18, 21, 25-year-old Macallan with dinner. So we're drinking that. And then we retire up to the study. And
women will go.
There was no women. Knitting. Trust me, this is cars and whiskey. There's no women anywhere.
None of us have had sex for years.
And
we're fucking bored. That's why we got all these whiskey.
So I'm blanking on his name. Goddamn it! His job title was.
I'd give anything to smell panties again. That's Irish. I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, but this guy's job title was Master of Malts for Macallan. That was his job title. And he goes, open the cabinet. Any 2 bottles you see, we'll drink those. I open up, there's 2 30-year-old bottles, Fine Oak and Select Oak. And I was like, these? He's like, oh, dude, fucking hammered. Like,
a lot of disposable income with no relationship.
And
saying.
I spent the night there. I spent the night at the Easter Elky. So, it wasn't.
You had, what he's trying to say is he passed out on the floor.
Oh, no.
He was curled up with the golden retriever.
Allow me to finish.
Just Johnny and the Sheep. The new podcast.
That's 30. So I don't know why they're Irish all of a sudden.
The rest of my crew bitches out, goes to bed. We're all sleeping in the house. So it's me and this guy. So he goes, so, Johnny, have I convinced you? Is Macallan not the most aristocratic beverage you can drink? And I said, yeah. I'm blanking on his name. Such a nice guy. I go, yeah, it's good. I got to tell you, I'm more of a bourbon guy, but I still like Highland Park. I love Highland Park. I've always liked it.
Best part of Chicago.
And he goes, me too. He goes, you could never, ever tell this deep secret. But Macallan bought Highland Park. There's a whiskey barrel with a plant on it. He pulls the plant off, opens the lid of the whiskey barrel, pulls out a 40-year bottle of Highland Park. and we fucking drink, and we crawled up on our like elbows and knees to our rooms, like. Bleh.
So if you're ever there, pick up the plant.
Hang on, and then had to get up at 6 a.m. and film.
Oh God!
Oh,
I haven't had one of those days in a very long time. Thank God.
This was 13, 14 years ago.
What is Highland Park? I don't know anything about
Highland
alcohol.
Park is just it's an island whiskey. It had so Macallan is Speyside, very clean, no peat whatsoever. Highland Park, it's just very northern, and I think there's it's a little bit peatier, but it's not Lafroig or it's not
Lafroig
Bruichladdich or anything.
It turns my whole body into a
Lafroig's-
campfire.
Yeah.
Once a decade, it's nice
yeah.
to have a glass of Lafroig. Yeah, but Highland Park's just the shiz. I
Look
love
at
it.
this! Look at this photo of this fucking this horse just
like a
sniffing
mini pony.
bottle of Highland Park.
Google mini horses wearing clothing. Have you seen this?
I've seen mini horses on airplanes, which is also
So
weird.
Scotland, because tourism's down, they're dressing up their mini horses in clothes, trying to get people to come to Scotland.
Do what you gotta do.
The Instagram.
Yeah, look,
Oh my God. The power of
look at the rabbi.
the power of a young lady who sees a cute animal and her ability to buy a
love
plane ticket. I tell you.
Clapman.
So Scotland fucking rules.
Remember
What a
we were
great-
going to go to Scotland?
We
we had the
all
best
fell
plan.
apart.
What?
We had
We
the,
had the
plan
best
of plan.
plan.
We were going to drive we were the only two people, whatever, that got invited to drive that Evoluto thing, the 355.
I love how you can remember names of things.
And we were
Evoluto.
gonna, because
He's
they're all
good at
new.
that.
And they invited us to Scotland to drive
June.
it.
It was in June.
June,
Now
yeah,
it's
and
August.
then
and
They've
we're in
invented us.
came
September.
apart.
They've invited us 3 times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope we get to do it. But we were also going to go shoot skeet at the Jackie Stewart Sporting Clay
But
School.
much more importantly,
Christian
we're going
Horner
to
might be
drink
there.
whiskey.
And we were going to
Time.
drink
We're gonna
lots
drink
of
a lot of
whiskeys
whiskey.
at the finest whiskey room in Scotland.
It's very
And I
exciting.
cannot wait to get back to. Zach is deep in the fucking. Zach's
I was told to look up many horses in clothing.
Look at that guy.
We have- we have-
160D there. 1680D. Look at this guy.
That horse looks terrified.
The horse has been doing cocaine, lads.
He's
That's
writing
a
new
cooling
music.
blanket. Fuck me. Good news. Before we got some Patreon questions. I'm sure we do.
Definitely.
Before we get to them, my Lamborghini engine
Oh.
is in America.
Oh, no kidding.
Oh, wow.
Back in
Which
America.
part of America? It's a big
It's in
country.
the port of Long Beach.
Snuck
that's
through
close.
the terrace.
Port of Long Beach. There are no tariffs because after much
Right, sure.
much back and forth, I was able to convince people that I, in fact, already owned this engine.
Right.
And it was
Right.
not a new
Right.
product.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
I wish Amazon could have your power.
It took way too long to be like, you don't understand.
Right.
This is already my engine.
Couldn't you just say, like, look at the carburetors, and they go, oh, carburetors, that's old.
Yeah. It doesn't have carburetor.
It doesn't?
It's fuel injected.
Oh, I thought, okay.
Yeah. But either way, it's here.
That's great.
It's here, and it's
So, how long?
we don't
until-
know. We don't know. Because
who's getting it?
it's going to go to Damien at Franco's European
perfect. Yeah,
Sports
that's
Cars.
the way to do it.
But Damien has like 2 projects ahead of me. But he was kind enough to agree to receive the engine in the crate, so at least I don't have to do the double shuffle with that.
Have you been there?
It's small.
Yeah,
I know
but
it's small.
Have you seen the old guy with the shims?
Yeah.
You walk in, and there's this old Italian dude with like, I don't know, 260 shims on a keychain.
Cool.
And he's got like, a quarter mil, fifth of a mil, whatever. And he could shim all the old Ferraris.
This
and
is how you
Love
set
that.
valves on. Yeah.
On
Fortunately,
most
like
things.
my car shouldn't need a valve adjustment for at least like 15 years at this
It
point.
better not. Your car better
fuck,
friggin'
no,
run.
No, I saw a video on the dyno was running smooth. It's
They
ready
dynoed
to
it?
go. They didn't actually like measure the power, but they ran it on an engine dyno to like,
I
make
mean,
sure it
what
worked.
that's 86, so it's supposed to be 475 or 88, so
Yeah.
470, so 475.
Something
horse.
like that. Mine's injected, so I think it's 445, not 475. But whatever.
Yeah, that's enough for
So we tried to do the semi-euro conversion, and they couldn't do it. They couldn't because they were like, kind of like, I don't know what they told you, but in 88, like there's no actual difference between a Euro and a and a US car, but the injected cars, unless you like fully convert them to Euro, which actually means different heads and a different compression ratio, like you can't do it. Like you can't do like just cams without this other shit.
Right.
You can't do just this without that.
Right.
So he's like, the best we can do is make it like the most optimized than it could possibly be, given what it is.
And Damien's great too.
Yeah.
He keeps those cars humming along just fine. Mm-hmm. I've driven a lot of his cars. They're good.
The real question is, what part will be missing? We're gonna find out that something is missing, and I don't know what it is, and it's going to be a very interesting thing to find out.
I mean, the Countach V12 probably has the most parts of any engine.
Well, the engine is complete. I mean, look, engine and gearbox are complete, so nothing in the engine is missing. But like, the whole suspension is disassembled. The whole wiring is disassembled. The whole everything is disassembled.
Yeah, the wiring. That's going to be the killer.
We'll see.
Yeah. Good luck. I wish you luck.
We'll see. It's going to be an adventure.
If I may, before we get to
what do you got? Oh, you got your event coming.
Cars and Coffee. So me and Sang, we've been doing this Cars and Coffee quarterly now. It's looking like at the Helms
Is this the third
Bakery.
or the fourth one?
It's going to be the third.
Okay, I couldn't come to the second because I think I was in Italy.
It was everyone was out of town. It was actually really fun. It was really nice. It was I won't name names, but it was the day of the riot in downtown LA. So a lot of people were like, I don't think I can risk coming. I'm like,
to Culver City.
Yeah, man. I was just like,
I can't be 15 miles from the 2 blocks where people
are throwing
little Waymo on fire.
Yeah, exactly. But
which is objectively funny, even if you're a leftist.
Yes. The Waymo on fire was kind of great. But we got Cars and Bids came on as a sponsor, which is really, and they reached out. I didn't have to do anything, and they were like, "Hey, we like what you're up to. This is our kind of event." And what I like about what we've been doing at the Helms Bakery, Cars and Coffee, is that it's not like 50 Paganis. It's not that kind of show. It's just a good mix of everything, and it's Cars and Bids. So it's like I'm into it.
I went to their Cars and Coffee at Pebble.
Yeah, I heard it was good. I
on
couldn't
Saturday
make it.
morning.
Yeah,
it was fun.
It
was fun. There was a good scene going on. I never met Filippo, who I really like.
Okay,
he's a nice guy.
I met Dan Harmon.
Dan is cool. Yeah, Dan, the CEO, he's cool.
I like him. Yeah.
I like Dan. I hadn't met Filippo, who I do like. Kennan's awesome. Doug, what's funny is Doug was there later. I had to leave to go take Hannah to the airport because she was flying home, but Doug got there later. But I mean, it was a nice event. It was good. If they're going to do the same thing that they did there, which is just basically set up the thing and help you,
that's exactly right. Yeah, great. They just want they want to compete with Bring a Trailer. Bring a Trailer's been around longer. They're bigger. They're just doing what they can. So they understand what that Helms Bakery Cars and Coffee. It's pretty grassroots, but it's the demographic that would buy cars from an auction site online.
Are you guys also using the lot on the north side of Venice?
Everything. Yeah.
Okay, so it's the lots between the buildings, the lot in front of the big lighting store on Venice, and the lot across Venice Boulevard.
The 2 lots across Venice.
Yeah.
And the first
Sorry,
time...
it's a little inside baseball if you're not from LA, but this part's important.
Yeah, so
it's not immediately obvious if you just drive up.
The show is in the lots in the Helms Bakery complex.
Yeah.
There was Overflow show across the street. I never walked over there, but that was going on. There was also 4 blocks down Venice, but also on Washington, apparently there was cars parked down there.
Really?
Yeah, it was
that's far.
Yeah. And then, the second one was funny because it was June 8th, everyone's on vacation / the riots were happening. Riots in quotes. And but it was still really well attended, and so it's cool. And most importantly,
hard to get a Waymo that day.
Hard to get a Waymo, but we have coffee available starting at 7 a.m.
This is important.
Good to know.
This is very important.
Yeah.
Because the people who get there early to be those people that are there early, we need a beverage.
So the first time
the talent that arrives and brings the cars.
We just need
we didn't know the first time.
Almost nobody gets this right, by the way.
Yeah.
The number of car shows that I've been to that are put on by professional organizations where I'm asked to show a car, and I'm happy to do it, and I go, and I get there, they go, when can I be there? Well, between 7 and 7:30. I'm there at 7:02.
Yeah.
Give me a cup of coffee.
Yeah, right. so
have that right.
The first time we did it, we didn't do a ton of thinking, but we said, let's go from 8 to 10. That seems like a fine amount of time for cars and coffee. Well, everybody showed up at 7:02.
Yeah.
And Sang, he didn't know. So, like, to have coffee at 7 means he has to have 2 employees get there at 6:30.
Sure.
And he didn't have that.
No, I get it.
Now we got it.
I get it. No, you guys are figuring it out in real time. And I'm not bitching about you.
Yeah.
And just saying that if you're out there and you're the kind of person who's going to put on events in your town.
Have coffee.
If the event starts at 8, but you have a load-in for feature cars that starts at 7, your coffee starts at 7. It doesn't start at 8.
Yep. We learned that the first time we corrected it. It was fine. Yeah. And I think we have coffee and breakfast burritos starting at 7.
Breakfast burritos are good.
Oh, dude. I mean, Sang.
The food at Helms Baker is really good.
Rocks.
I sat down with Scott, who is Scott's Malibu Market, who's up in the former.
I went there for the first time yesterday.
Former site of Bill's, and I was boycotting for a while because of in support of Bill, and after a while I realized that like boycotting in support of Bill
does nothing for Bill.
It does nothing for Bill.
Does nothing
and it
for
does
you.
nothing for me. It does nothing for Scott. It does nothing for anybody, honestly.
Right.
And Scott is a good guy, and especially after the fires. The whole everything up there was so fucked. So anyway, but I was asking him, I was like, all right, why is it? Because this guy's pretty good at making breakfast. I go, why can't we have bacon, egg, and cheese? A New York style bacon, egg, and cheese.
Oh, yeah.
Kaiser roll.
Sure.
And he said, dude.
Can't do a Kaiser roll.
The Kaiser rolls don't exist here.
Bullshit. Let me tell you what.
Who has a Kaiser roll here?
Brent's.
Brent's?
Where
are they?
That's the problem is where are they? But so if I may plug my YouTube channel, me and Sang just shot an episode where we let's figure out the best pastrami sandwich in LA.
Okay.
So it was me and Sang, went to Langer's, went to Canner's, went to Brent's. And Brent's has a sandwich called the 555, which is a Kaiser roll. I think they bake the bread themselves. And Sang was really, I don't know how much time you spent with Sang, but like I took him to Pizzeria Say, which is like #1 on every list of best pizza in the world.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm like, what do you think? He's like, you can tell the chef has some fine dining experience. That's all he would say. He wouldn't say it was good. And he's eating.
This is like me bringing Christian to a concert. This is all the time.
Exactly.
It's a brutal experience. Yeah.
So he eats the 555 and he's like, this is one of the best sandwiches I've ever eaten. I'm going to call this the 10-10-10, It's I can't even tell you how good this sandwich is.
This is the pastrami.
It's called the 555, so it's a Kaiser roll. It's pastrami.
But they don't make a bacon, egg, and cheese there. We're just talking about the existence of the roll.
They might do a bacon, egg, and cheese.
Can you just buy the rolls?
Yeah, I think you can.
Okay.
I think you can.
All right, now we're getting somewhere.
The problem with Brent's is it's in this weird Bermuda Triangle in the valley where it's 20 minutes from any freeway.
Oh, I know what you mean. That sucks.
It's hard to get to.
But I have a solution for this. My solution for this is that Thaddeus works for Marco and has to commute down here. So Thaddeus can stop and pick us up the Kaiser rolls if I agree to make him bacon, egg, and cheese on the other end, which I would.
Okay, and then Brent's has a location in Westlake. So if you're ever out there for...
Boy, far as fuck.
It takes as long to get to Westlake as it does to get to Northridge because you're off the freeway for 20 minutes and But the Westlake one, I do a lot of stuff out in Malibu. It's just on the other side of the hill. It's literally where Decker ends is at Brent's.
All right. Maybe if I'm playing golf.
Yeah.
All right, so Kaiser roll does exist here somewhere.
Just Brent's. And I can't explain how good Brent's is.
Well, I'm going to need some Kaiser rolls, and when I go to get them, I'll get one of these sandwiches and we'll try it. Let's go to the fucking people. Patreon.com/The Smoking Tire Podcast.
Let's do it.
It's where you ask questions for the show. It's where you watch the live stream once Zach rebuilds the studio. It's where you catch the show before everyone else gets it, or get the show without ads, get extra shows, etc., etc., etc. Zach, can I have the questions, please? Utah presents the soaking tire.
Who's bouncing the bed? Who's bouncing the mattress?
Oh, this is a Mormon. This is a Mormon sex show.
It's not sex if you don't move.
Right. Oh, right. Okay, cool.
And you get your roommate who's to bounce the bed. That's right.
They request Jonny for more culinary content.
Yeah, I mean, like, hey, on Driving with Jonny, we're gonna have me and Sang's a real celebrity chef eating pastrami, and hopefully it's the first of many of food and car. I got an S class to drive us, so I was like, pastrami eaters like Mercedes S classes.
I do like
Jewish people driving German cars.
Jewish people
Shout out
driving a
Sarah
German car to
Silverman.
get. I mean, what more do you need?
How were you able to restrain him?
Sang?
Yeah, joke wise.
You know what was funny was,
What had to be
and I
cut?
love saying, but like you turn the camera on, you know, some people like aren't themselves. He wasn't himself.
That's the problem with a lot of people.
He wasn't like shalom.
You and I
Because he has
are.
a business he wants to keep in existence.
Yeah. He wasn't doing like, you know, Auschwitz jokes, which is uncharacteristic. So yeah, I should actually, you know what, Mr. Soaking Tire, because your name's so good, I will do a bread making video and I will put it on Driving with Johnny, Baking with Johnny.
You should. I do. I was doing the smoking fryer during
Smoking
the pandemic,
fryer was
and
awesome.
It was fun. I never made videos of it. I was just doing, but people do like my ragu recipe.
I had like my only like million view video was I just did like how to make bread.
Really?
And it was during the pandemic, and it was, you know, just went fucking viral. It was crazy.
You should make some bread, and then I will make the ragu, and we can have a serious
I make Roman bread,
a
like,
serious
yeah.
situation going. I make a cauldron of ragu. It takes
Put the
like
ragu in a
5
bread bowl.
hours.
Yeah.
You're like just
Ooh,
make
I
bread
don't know a
bowls.
bread bowl.
I don't do bread
I want
bowl.
that much of both. I'm just
I
saying.
want it on a big fat slice of fucking.
Oh yeah, I can
bread.
do that. I you know, Mr. Cimarusti, who owns Providence, who by
Yeah.
the way got his third
I
Michelin.
saw that.
Michelin star.
Yeah, sick. That
He-
meal was so good.
It's ridiculous. He was making a porchetta at his house one time, and I just took slices of some bread I made and just put it under the slowly rolling pork as it dripped onto it. Kind of the best thing I ever
Just
ate.
fucking
It
pork
was like
fat
an hour
bread.
of pork fat dripping onto
That's
really
like
good bread.
like bone marrow bread is
Same thing,
like
yeah.
that's some
It was-
next level.
So yes, I will do some food. I
Yeah,
promise.
we should do some more. We should do some more food content. Mike, I made Benihana for the fucking Dollop guys. I wonder if they can do anything with that. Michael Cosgrove says, would Johnny buy another new EV today?
I would buy another Rivian. I love my Rivian so much. I don't even care that I lost a little bit of money on it. I mean, it has 36,000 miles, and I think if I KBB'd it, it would be worth 60 grand, and I paid 76 for it. So whatever.
That's not so
It's
bad.
not bad at all.
Yeah.
I would buy. Here's the thing. It's so weird. Like, I don't blindly like EVs. I like good EVs. I like EVs that function as EVs. You know what I mean? And like,
Sure.
And I just Rivian is just really good to own. So I would 100% buy a brand new Rivian today. I don't know if I can afford it today, but I would buy one today if I could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. I would probably lease a new one if it was within my lease budget. And we'll see if, I mean, so far my Taycan experience has been like pretty good. Although I took it in dude, I had a fucking bit of karma work for me the other day. I took the car in for service. There's a recall on the Taycan battery something. And owners were instructed to not charge the car to 100%, blah, blah, blah. Took it in. They did the thing. Fine. And I had this weird problem where when it would be really hot outside and I would try to use the remote climate control, like pre-cool.
In other words, I'm getting in the car in 5 minutes.
Yeah,
Turn on the AC.
pre-cool.
Yeah.
I would get an error in the app and it would say climate, it would say, error not blah. And then when I would go to get in the car to drive it after that, it would think the air conditioning was on, but it would not be blowing cold air.
Oh, that's bad.
So the way I called Calvin, actually.
That's a good person to
That's
call.
who you call.
He's the head of four-door Porsches in North America.
Yeah.
That's who you call.
I privilege, I guess, but that's who I
Whatever.
call.
Do what you
and
gotta
he
do.
goes, it was in the middle of Nevada. I was like,
Yeah.
you got to do what you got to do. So he goes, okay, you got to do a soft reset, and
Mm-hmm.
that should fix it. So you basically turn off the car, get out, lock it, walk 100 feet away for like 3 minutes,
Yeah.
and come back, and it should work.
Yeah.
And it did. It totally did.
Yeah.
And that happened one other time after that. I told the dealer, and they couldn't reproduce it.
Sure.
Last time I went,
Sure.
because of course they couldn't.
Right.
This time, I go to take the car in for the battery recall service. It happens
Oh, nice.
going to the dealer.
Perfect.
On the way to the dealer.
Perfect.
Normally, like, it never happens in
Never.
front of them.
Yeah.
This one, it's on the way. So I go, don't turn the car off. It's doing it. Get out the thermometer. Like, check it. It's blowing fresh air, not cold. Okay, finally. So they figured out there's a sensor that's fucked.
Right.
Cool. Great. Replace that shit. Warranty. No problem.
Nice.
got the part in, called me Friday afternoon at like 4:59 p.m. And they're like, yo, I'm really sorry, but the part is bad. Like the replacement part.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
So they just bought a bad batch of shit.
Yeah, can we keep the car till Tuesday? And so they're going to do it, but like it actually is like it was a real thing, and they're fixing it for free. So there's my used Taycan update. But otherwise, fucking so far so good.
So the Rivian soft reset is much better. It's just you just push in both thumb buttons for like a couple seconds, and that's soft.
Okay, so you can do it in the car.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right, so you got to get out of the Taycan.
With both thumb wheels, and then you push in the left button next to the thumb wheel and hold the hazard button or something like that. That's the hard reset, which I've only had to do once.
Yeah, hopefully I don't have to do a hard reset ever on my car, but yeah.
I mean, every time you do a software update, that's technically a hard reset. So.
Oh, is it? Okay, yeah. All right. Yeah, mine does a lot.
Oh, really?
Hannah complains that probably like 3 days a week we get a pop-up notification when she gets in the car in the morning that says there's been a software update.
I mean,
what I actually want is just to turn off the fucking notifications. Like I don't care that it's updated.
Because like that's the thing is like that gen of that, what is it, the J1 platform or whatever. It was just released too soon. They're just still doing updates.
Yeah, I mean, sure.
Yeah. It was
in general, like it doesn't bother me. It just bothers Hannah. Like pop-up windows bother everybody. Who wants a fucking pop-up? Just do it. You don't need to tell me. Just do it.
That's the thing with the Rivian. Like, it's such a special moment when you get the notification, like, there's an update available, and it's like, oh, what am I going to get? Because they just add such cool shit to the car, you know? And, like, they had one the other week that was, like, just bug fixes and didn't do anything special. It was kind of like, eh. But, like, the one before that was awesome. Like full Google Maps and, like, all this cool shit.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's really good.
Let's see. Buffett again, Warren says, I've looked around for R129s since you've talked about your experience with them and mentioned that they are likely bottomed out. Is the AMG worth the effort to find? Seems like they're pretty scarce. Well, by AMG, if you just mean the sport package, because there was an SL500, there was an SL600, there was no 63 or any of that shit. Right. So if you're talking about the AMG, the sport pack cars, I don't think they're that hard to find. I mean, probably a third to a half of all the R129s produced in the second half
the
of
cool
the run.
Wheels. Yeah.
Dude. I'm going to tell a story that's going to make somebody look bad, but it's going to be funny.
It's fine.
We went to this Cars and Coffee.
We're in the storytelling part of our careers.
Not a specific person that I know.
Okay.
We went to a Cars and Coffee on Sunday that was put on by Myers-Manx. It was cool. It was this like weird little store in Hollywood that's very much one of those like LA brands. But, you know, like 10 Manxes and a bunch of other random cars, some of which were incredibly cool, like an original Jaguar D-Type and some other stuff like that. Should have heard that roll up. It was like, okay.
Is there anything sexier than a D-Type?
That's the best.
It really is the best, yeah.
So there's a red R129 SL500, red tan, AMG wheels. Perfect. The right heart with the hard top on.
Perfect.
And I go to Hannah, I go, you see that one? I go, that one's just like ours that we had. But I go, there was like a $10,000 premium for red versus any other color.
Sure.
Oh, okay, cool, whatever. Well, they park it and they get out of the car and it's a couple, and the woman is driving the car into the lot. I assume it's her car. She can't, the back window's kind of fogged up. She doesn't want to park it. So she gets out, he gets in and parks it. Okay. And then once it's parked, they pull out a cooler and a lawn chair.
Perfect.
Put them in front of the car.
Cars and Coffee.
And then they pull out some microfibers and just start dry wiping the shit out of this thing.
Cars and Coffee.
Just dry wiping the whole car. And I'm just like, Hannah, look at this. Like, oh, the whole thing with this car is the red paint, and they're just rubbing dust into it. And then the last cherry on top is they go into the trunk and pull out a for sale sign and put it on the window.
How much?
Well, it was $25,999, which is almost, and it had the same miles as when I sold mine. It had like 55,000 miles, and I sold mine for $17,000. And I was like, here we are, like 5 years later, 6 years later, that bottomed out. To answer the question, that's a bottomed out car with a $10,000 premium for red. If it was silver, it's $17,000.
They are such good
They
cars.
look great.
Did you ever drive Camisas with the manual?
No, but I know what it could be.
Annoyingly,
it was probably nice.
it was so nice.
Yeah, probably great.
I that was like, I was like, because I don't know why. I just assumed that a Mercedes manual would be really bad or for some reason. It was so good. It was such a good car. Like it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, here's a good one. Zach's underdrive pulley says, oh, wait a second. Hang on. I'm kind of interested in this. This is going to be a very easy question from Kurt. Loves your Hellcat wide body track video. This is a video that's probably 7 or 8 years old at this point.
Yeah.
What would you do to help it turn in and brake better? And how much power should it have to help with its power to weight ratio? I go to Club Motorsports, Palmer, Watkins, Glen, and Thompson. Wow.
Stay away from Watkins with that car. I mean, the steering box on is he talking Charger or Challenger? So the Charger weirdly has a better steering box than the Challenger.
Yeah.
And there was a reason for it.
Better weight balance too.
Yeah. So hopefully it's a Charger. I mean, brakes,
So heavy, dude.
tires, but like if you get those off the Pirellis and put them on like PS4s, brakes are better, the handling's better. It really revolutionizes the car.
I've never driven one that wasn't a press car. So I've never driven one off of a.
So I had I had one for a year, and I finally put I figured out somebody who would give me free 305 with PS4s, and I did the same thing with the Jag F-Type. It just made all the difference in the world. Those Pirellis, they have no grip for whatever reason. That era of Pirelli, that's a big thing to do.
Battery?
Good.
Yeah, the brakes. I mean, I would do like stainless steel lines and better fluid.
Your usual brake stuff.
Yeah.
But, I mean, this
It's
car is
400
huge and
pounds,
heavy.
yeah.
I just love the question of how do I improve the power to weight ratio? It's like this has 700.
It doesn't.
horsepower.
No, it doesn't need that.
Wide body's
Yeah.
797, by the way.
It's
Oh,
power.
797. Like,
power
it's
to grip
powerful
ratio,
enough.
maybe.
Yeah.
But
So Michelin's would help. They're not great track cars. I have had a lot of fun in canyons with Hellcat wide bodies.
they're
really
fun 7/10 cars. They're not fun 10/10
Even,
cars.
but like even I don't know. I would say it was going a little harder than 7, but like passing a 911. That's thinks they're cool, and you're in like a cop car.
Yeah, they're great. I love Hellcat Chargers and Chargers and stuff.
Yeah.
And the things we said will improve it. But if you're looking to have like a real track car,
It's not a
often,
track car.
You get a Corvette.
But did you drive the one? There was one in the LA fleet that was it was like dark blue with black steelies. Did you ever see that one? That's my dream.
Literal
car.
Steelies?
Yeah, black steel wheels. Yeah,
On a Hellcat?
On a Hellcat. It was not a wide body. It was an original Hellcat.
I've never seen that
It was like a dark blue. It was like detective spec Hellcat. It was so fucking
crazy.
Cool. Oh, it was great.
Zach's underdrive pulley says, when cars have light weighting packages where they remove 80 pounds, can you feel the difference when it's a 3,000-pound car?
Yeah.
I would say only if you drive the two cars back to back. If you don't drive the two cars back to back, unlikely.
Yeah, but I mean, 80 pounds, like if
Depends how it's distributed. Also, if it's 80 pounds of like unsprung weight or whatever.
So I just did a video on my YouTube channel, Driving with John. We had the Corolla, the 25 versus my car, which is a 24.
Yeah.
But they only have automatics in the fleet right now. For God knows what Toyota's thinking, but so it had basically put 70 pounds on the front axle.
Yeah.
And huge difference. You could totally feel it. And again, they weigh basically the same. There's just 70 pounds in one really bad spot.
Yeah.
So yeah, and that's about a 3,200 pound car.
You can also feel it if cars, for instance, if you drive two cars and one has like a glass roof.
Glass or
like
carbon
that.
roof. Have you ever?
Yeah.
I did that with.
Because it's about where that weight is placed, not just that the weight exists.
Yeah, exactly. And
if you distribute 80 pounds evenly across a whole car,
it's hard to tell.
You probably can't tell.
Especially on the floor.
Yeah, but
versus
like
roof.
80 off the roof or 80 off the,
Yeah, but just
you
on the
pull
front
30
axle.
pounds off the wheels, like wow.
Oh,
like,
huge difference.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, like you've probably experienced this, and usually it's in lower power cars, but you put like me or you in the passenger seat of a Miata, and it really changes the car.
Yeah, I just took a heavy friend for a ride in a light car.
Yeah.
And he was like, this is awesome. And I was like, you should see it without a you in it. You know?
Exactly. Yeah.
And I say that as a heavy guy, but every car I drive has to default to me. I'm in it. So people are all like, well, he's fucking heavy. What is he? Dude, I'm in every car. So I'm a control sample. I'm not a variable.
Right. Plus, you've lost like 30 pounds. So you're
42.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you weigh now?
254.
Oh, fuck. I'm heavier than you.
Uh-oh.
I'm 258.
Yeah, if I get to 248, that's what I weighed as a junior in high school. That's what I'm trying to get to.
That's also what I weighed as a junior in high school.
Really?
Well, I played football. I was very heavy.
If we both get to 248, we could fight.
I don't want to fight. Let's not
If
fight.
we both get to the same weight,
we'll race a
for
coda.
December. Then it will truly be
fudge.
It will truly be a no excuses race.
If one of you blames 10 pounds on a difference in lap time,
I've already got all my excuses.
I'm calling the stewards.
Yeah. I do have a new racing suit coming, which I'm very excited.
Really?
About. Yeah,
I might need a new one.
It turns out,
I just want a new one.
It turns out a good friend of mine owns a really famous racing suit company.
Really?
I don't know if she wants it publicized.
Can I get a suit too?
Let me talk to her.
Let
me talk to her. It's a good suit.
My last suit is fine, but it's off the rack and I don't know, a couple years old.
So when I did Pikes, I got hooked up. No, hang on. I got hooked up with HRX, right? Uh-huh. And it's through Jamie Morrow. And you can order a suit and there's 20 different measurements. My wife's got the tape measure.
Pain in the ass, yeah.
And I do it, and it's like, do you want tight, normal, or loose? I'm like, my whole life, all I've wanted is a loose racing suit.
Yeah.
My whole life. So I say loose. They're Italian. It comes. I'm a stuffed sausage. I can't even tie my shoes. It hurts to bend my leg. So Bugatti's doing this thing, and Bugatti's going to give me another HRX racing suit. So I take my original measurements, and I add a centimeter everywhere, and then 2 centimeters in the balls.
Yeah. Very important.
And I have the greatest racing suit in the world, but it says Bugatti on the back, and everyone hates it because
you can't wear that out.
Bugatti guy, but it's the perfect suit.
It's a shame.
So
I hope you wrote down the measurements.
I have the measurements.
Another one with the right measurements.
I have the measurements.
No, that shit's important, man. You can't when you are getting a custom thing made like that. Yeah, you got to take into account country of origin. If it's Italy, boy, do you need to add some.
Yeah, the XL is an American small.
Fuck. But have you ever seen a guy in a loose fitting race suit and you're like, oh, that looks so good?
Oh, I have one. It's
you do?
It's the best.
You bastard. Yeah.
It's luxury living.
Now I do. Yeah.
Yeah, it's luxury living.
But my Pike suit is the worst. It literally, to tie my shoes, I had to put my foot on a step of an F-150 and lean. And then jump off, and then I do practice session, and my hips would hurt because it was so tight. It was so bad.
No, a loose suit is where it's at.
It's where it's at.
Yeah. Hofmeister nipple clamps.
Love it. Such a good name.
I had a Blob Eye STI and a 996. Apparently, I like cars with disliked headlights.
Good for you.
Are there any other fun cars with generally disliked headlights I should lust after?
Yeah, Diablos.
People don't like Diablos. The 300ZX headlights are a turn off.
They're great.
It doesn't bother me at all.
Not only that, I just drove a Diablo GT, which by the way,
they're rad. They're rad.
But that was Reggione's first thing at Lamborghini.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
He's the one who did the individual throttle bodies. But they put a little piece of carbon fiber covering the word Nissan. So to me, it's perfect.
Really?
Yeah.
That's the most Lamborghini shit ever.
It's just great. It's
awesome.
That's the one.
Daddy Doug's shorts. If you were making a Mount Rushmore of Porsche's greatest hits, what would it be?
Okay.
First, you'd have to take some tribal land. Then you can talk about.
I got 2. I'll give you 2.
Okay.
I would say the 550 Spider.
Uh-huh.
And I would say the very obscure but 1953 America Roadster. And Seinfeld agrees with me. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mine would be the 997 GT3 RS 4.0.
Oh yeah, 100%, 1,000%.
The 1970. I guess this would be 4. The 2.7 RS 3.0.
Oh, the RSR.
You got to go 959.
No, I wouldn't do that. I would say the 85 Carrera Club Sport that I drove that was like 2,200 pounds and 250 horsepower and felt like it was 800 horsepower.
Let me just add one. I drove recently a 73 RSR L lightweight.
What is that?
It's the lightweight.
Oh.
And so the non-sunroof, so they're called the RSLs, but it's RS lightweights. The non-sunroof one sold for like 2-point-something million. The one I drove had a sunroof, so it was only $2 million. And everyone's like, "Could you tell the difference?" And I was like, "Go fuck yourself." Like, It was such a wow car. It's just like because an a 73 RS is like about 800 grand, and this pulls like 200 pounds out of the car, and it has all like the R stuff, like it's not as hardcore as an R. Oh, it's so much.
They
fun.
do lightweighting very well.
They do lightweighting very well.
They did do and they up until I drove a 964 Club Sport that was very, very good.
You're so right on the 4.0. I forgot about that for a second. 4.0 is the greatest car in the world.
I berated somebody at a Cars and Coffee on Saturday because their RS 4.0 had tires from 2012 on it.
Oh, what? Yeah. But it was just real quick with the lightweighting. I remember I went on the launch of the Cayman R.
Yeah.
Do you remember that? Were you there?
I wasn't on the launch. I got it as a press car. Interesting car.
So the launch was great because they actually literally took over a church and they put the Cayman R on the pew, and I'm like, I'm an atheist and I find this very disrespectful.
Very weird.
Yeah. It was very strange. But they were like talking about how, oh yes, we're saving all this weight we got rid of the door handles and we have pulls. And I'm like, you still got vanity mirrors. And they're like, yeah, you got to crash a car. Like,
yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Username, having both made a career in the industry, do you ever find yourself burned out on cars?
No, never. Not for 1 second.
Occasionally for short periods of time. And then I go on vacation with my wife to something unrelated to cars. And then coming back to work is great.
Oh, I get burned out on the job, but like I could, as busy as I've ever been, I could sit and talk about cars all night long, which I did at your house last night.
Which is what most of our conversations are like anyway.
Yeah, never.
Granny shifting, not double clutching like you should, says Johnny. Now that you've started your channel, thoughts on the timing of it? Should you have started one earlier, or are you fine with how things turned out?
Zach and I had this conversation last night in your kitchen. I should have done it 10 years ago, 100,000%. I had this really nice contract with Motor Trend for a long time. It was a really, really financially good contract, and then it went away. And then it took me like a year of like, I don't have any money to like realize I should do something.
Yeah.
I was kind of just burning through my savings. 1,000%. I totally waited too long. Now I'm old and uglier and fatter, and I'm probably not going to be that successful. But totally fucked up.
The times it starts things like that is yesterday, always.
But I did it, and it's going, and it's doing well, and making money, and got an advertiser.
There you go.
Yeah.
Ads are good.
Ads are great.
Them. Yeah. Last one, and then we're calling the game because I'm going to go home to my wife and go to sleep. Not for you go says, what examples of stealth wealth do you see in your region? I live in a poor state where it's rare to see any form of exotic car. However, it's pretty common to see very expensive RVs and boats.
Yeah,
that's sometimes not stealth with the RVs and boats, but most people don't know how much that shit costs.
Yeah, that's true. But we're in LA. There's no such thing as stealth wealth. People flaunt it.
They do, but also like, for instance, like you'll see people wearing, like, I would say that like a Paul Newman Daytona is a stealth wealth thing. If you don't, it's not gold or diamonds or shiny. It just looks like an old wall. There's a lot of that, like vintage stuff.
Okay.
Where, you've got the real thing that other people are copying. Like that's that, and like that, and the shit in LA where it's like you're wearing a sweater, but your sweater's like $4,000, and
I feel like you can kind of tell. I see guys in like $500 T-shirts, and I kind of know it's a $500 T-shirt.
Sometimes you do, but other times, yeah.
But in terms of cars, like the Phaeton was a real big flop in Los Angeles. It just flopped out. It didn't say S500 on it.
No, people in this city, if they it's very rare that they want to hide like that.
Yeah.
Where it's Land Cruisers is where you would do that, and even then, only
That's true.
kind of.
People like to advertise their success, but the stealthy thing is the vintage money.
Yeah.
Sorry, like vintage car,
Yeah.
icon Bronco. If you don't know, you might
Right.
just go, "Oh, it's a cool Bronco.
Yeah.
That's
Sure.
a nice. Oh, it looks pretty refurbished." You know,
Yeah.
like it was $400,000.
Yeah.
Or if you have the Porsche 356 Carrera with the 4-cam
But if
versus
you
the whatever.
if you just have a 356, though, like they're so expensive for just a B or whatever. that,
Sure,
like,
economies of scale.
yeah. So we don't have he's talking about boats and RVs, but also like the 6-figure truck. While it totally exists here, they don't stand out. But you go to other states and
The King Ranch 450, whatever.
yeah, but just all the amount of aftermarket work done on trucks, and like every truck in Texas has that Texas front bumper. Yeah, every single one.
Yeah.
And just done up, and they're all custom. And it's really a part of the culture, which is like trucks and RVs. LA is just it's a big city, emphasis on city. You go out to Santa Clarita or something like that. Like there's a lot more truck culture, I would say.
I think when I see real pre-runners here, like someone took a Raptor and it widened it and it's got 3-chamber King shocks, and I go, that's a $50,000, $100,000 add to a Raptor. Like that's kind of sneaky.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, but even a Raptor's like not stealthy in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, but most people would go, "Oh, the truck with big wheels." Like, no. Right? Especially if it's hauling a Can-Am, like 4-seater Can-Am that's got a bunch of shit on it.
Right.
You can build $100,000 Can-Ams.
Oh yeah,
you can put a lot into it.
The other thing, I can't remember, was it Chevy or Ford or somebody? But turns out Southern California is the biggest market for Chevy Silverados in the country.
Yeah,
we just have population.
Southern California is huge, and once you go outside the metro LA area, they're selling tons of them.
But even we just don't notice them. Even in the metro LA area, they're selling tons of them because people use trucks all the time for all kinds of shit. Yeah.
That's our show, folks. Thank you for joining us today. I'm sorry if we got a little flustered at the beginning because we had to rebuild our panel over there. We'll get that sorted eventually.
I ordered the cable already.
Did you?
Nice.
Well, that's what you were doing over there. Shout out to Andrew of the Independent Stave Company.
Half shout out. He could have sent some better shiz.
Come on.
It was a good educational experience. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
In addition to this weirdness, he sent a thing that you said was incredibly valuable and rare and special. So
Do you want to talk about what that is? Because that's pretty wild.
No.
Okay.
No,
yeah.
it doesn't exist.
He did
That's the
send
bonus.
He did send 1 ounce of unicorn juice.
Oh wow.
And I mean, if you you could Google what that is.
Yeah.
Maybe look for Colonel Taylor with the other nomenclature, and the prices are like 5 figures. For
All right. Well, we're not selling it. We're
No, you-
it's not. It's
you
not.
pound that.
It's
Yeah.
not. Yeah, we're
Yeah.
gonna taste it, but later on a special day.
Nice.
Thank you to our patrons. If we didn't get to your questions today, we will save them for the next cruise show. We will be back tomorrow, Zach? Huh? Tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning with a new board and maybe even a power cable, and hopefully, Bezos willing, Lord Bezos.
No, have you tried to get I've been ordering a lot of new gear. Tariffs are fucking hounding the ability to get stuff shipped. I have a new Osmo that's been delayed 5 times. It's
Really?
insanity. Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of countries that are just not sending mail here now.
China weirdly is still sending mail, but it was supposed to be here on the 22nd, and then it was supposed to be here today. And I got a note UPS had a problem. I was like, what does that mean?
The problem's name is Trump.
Yeah.
Thanks, everybody. Hopefully our gear can arrive and we can continue to make a show because it's actually a global economy, whether you want to believe it or not. Bye.